Here we go. Smoking out the window.
It must be about
Anemone.
Oh, no.
Running
Running around my house like it's Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, no. Baby. This bitch got me paying the rent, paying the bills,
diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist, and here I am all alone.
All alone. You got me
Me
smoking out
the window.
Singing,
How could you do this to
singing,
me?
how could you do this to me?
Oh,
I know.
How I was wrong.
You were gone.
To
Everybody.
You sound a little more Anderson .Paak today
I
than.
know I got my raspy voice
Yeah.
going, you know what I mean? You were my Bruno, though. What's up? Silk Sonic, live in a motherfucking fact. We back with another motherfucking Spoiled Beans.
Spoiled.
Spoiled Beans with the matriarch, the queen of the castle, the perfect, the beautiful, the extremely talented, the gorgeous, the everything, the end all, be all. The reason there is life on this earth, the reason that we all exist to please her, the mother.
Elaine Poston?
Samantha Lopez, everybody. Samantha Lopez.
Oh, it's me. Okay.
The queen of everything.
Oh.
Mm.
Thank
Queen of
you.
life. How's it going, baby? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How are
Awesome.
you feeling?
I feel good.
You're a little raspy
A
today.
little raspy, a little sexy. I got my blue one on.
You're feeling sexy.
like my blue flannel?
I do like this blue.
She's smart.
It looks good on you.
Yeah, you got me. This is hard. But yeah, Samantha, we're going to start today's episode with how we start every episode you've ever been on.
With a kiss.
Another one. I'll take another one of those, baby. But no, we're going to start with Samantha's sports view.
Ooh,
Samantha,
cool.
I'd love for you to
Oh.
tell us what's going on in the sports world in
Okay.
Samantha's eyes.
Here's what's going on in the sports
What's
world.
happening, baby?
In football, the refs need to chill the fuck out with these unsportsmanlike shit. Yo, dude, did you guys see, what was it, what's Patrick play for?
Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Who was he really playing? The Chiefs and the Cowboys. Yo, that guy was just pointing. He was just pointing. And they're like, you guys got to back up to the 40-yard line.
No more pointing.
No more pointing, damn it. So, hey, refs, chill the fuck out.
I like that you're putting it on the refs. They're doing a job. I understand.
I get
with the
that.
frustration.
But they're all white men.
They are all white men, but it's not those particular white men that's the problem. Because you need refs.
It's the ones
problem
that
is, yes,
Pay the bills.
the ones that are making these rules.
Yeah. It's stupid. Also, do they get some kind of like handbook every week of like what we are and aren't allowed to do?
Because the defense is allowed to all run down to the other end and take a goddamn photo shoot.
Yeah.
And they're allowed to do literally like a Vogue walk. I've seen them all Vogue walk. You know what I mean? Where they line up. I've seen them do the dance where they line up and somebody goes down the middle. But if a nigga farts on the field and everybody laughs, they have to kill his family.
They have to kill his whole entire family.
And I don't like that rule.
They start with the youngest person and then they work their way up.
Yeah, I just don't like that rule.
What else is going on in the sports world?
What else?
So in football, the refs are going crazy over that. In basketball, yo, let's talk about some unsportsmanlike behavior. LeBron.
Oh my God, this is what you know about?
This is all the only stuff that matters to me.
What happened with LeBron, Sam?
How do we define sportsmanlike behavior anymore? That's what I want to know.
Sam thinks
Because
LeBron
you
is being
can't
unsportsmanlike?
you can't point, but over here on the basketball court, you can elbow someone's eye out and not have any repercussions.
No, they announced today he got suspended one game.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, he should.
The other guy got 2 games.
That's not fair. What the fuck?
Because the other guy reacted crazy.
I get why he reacted crazy.
Yeah, but you're not allowed
Did you
to react
see
crazy.
his face?
Absolutely.
Also, it wasn't an accidental elbow.
Yeah.
It was so LeBron initiated the whole thing. He gets the lesser punishment. Why? Oh, because he's just like the most important player in the whole league.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I like how you said it with that voice, but you knew that was also the correct thing.
I mean, yeah, but still, it's not cool. Hey, what is unsportsmanlike and what is not unsportsmanlike?
And that was Samantha's hot sports takes.
That's what I'm here for.
If you I don't know why they don't put you on ESPN. I just don't understand. We were watching SportsCenter last night.
I'm not
Should've been
a
you
bald
talking.
white guy. That's
you are
the
not a bald
problem.
white man. That is a weird thing that you have to be, but you have to be that. Or a bald black man. But you got to be bald. That's very
You
important.
100% have to be bald.
If you're going to talk about sports, nigga, bald
Better be
or
bald.
the greatest head of hair we've ever seen.
Yes, it's true.
Two options. You cannot have just
Hassan-
regular hair.
Hassan has a future.
Son has a future. I'm going to be bald one day.
Yeah.
I
Why
thought
don't you shave it all off
See,
again?
yeah, wait a minute. You said like that. So you like me bald or don't like me bald?
I wish you would just pick one.
You don't like that I go back and forth. Why do you get?
No, I don't like that when
get
you
used to the
have
other one?
hair, there's this patch where we could just have it all gone. And then you look like a sexy porno star when you have it all gone.
It's funny having hair though. I look like a stanza.
Yeah, it is funny. It's very funny. But
I think it's just funnier looking.
it's fun dating a sexy porn star. It's like, ooh, who's
I
this?
know, I look like
Did
Michael-
I find you off porn?
Or I'm like Michael Jordan and Vin Diesel or
No,
somebody.
a porn star. You
No,
look
I'm
like one
like-
of those porn stars that's like giving a woman a massage and
Mike
then he starts
Tyson.
having sex with her, which is also like my dream.
I have had sex with you after giving you a massage before.
See, you're a great man. You're fulfilling my dreams.
I am. Thank you, baby. Are you excited to hear the movie today?
I am excited. This is going to be fun.
You are going to love, I'm very excited to tell you, you are going to love
You keep saying
this movie. Jeffrey said it.
Jeffrey did say that.
Jeffrey also had seen this movie in theater. This movie was a box office killer. I didn't expect that, but I looked and I was like, whoa. But it all makes sense. All the math lines up about like who's in it and when it came out and like what it's about. You know what I mean? Like the math just aligned for this movie to be a smash. I love it. I saw it when it came out. I relate to it. Everyone who's watching right now is like, you know the movie, so you're like, no shit, you relate to it, Deric. Yeah, I relate to it. You're gonna relate to it. That's why you're gonna like it.
I'm going to relate to it?
Oh, Sam, you're about to relate harder than you've ever related. You ready to hear the movie?
Are you sure I haven't seen this movie?
Dead positive.
Okay.
You ready?
So ready.
After this commercial break. Hey, Bean Mafia. That's right. The Bean Mafia gang has stepped up. Spoil the beans. We're here. We got a real ad, baby. This is a real motherfucking ad. Manscaped. That's right. That's Manscaped. You heard me correct. Everyone out there who has been listening to this podcast forever, we got a real product backing us, supporting the Spoil the Beans lifestyle, supporting the Spoil the Beans movement. And you know what's nice is this product is actually the shit. I've never used Manscaped. I've never used Manscaped before. I'm not going to lie. This is the first time I ever used it. Holy shit. Not kidding. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's amazing. It is
Top tier.
Top tier. Sam likes the new package.
I dig it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm talking about my package. This is incredible. Your boy, you know, I'm gaining girth. You gain girth. You gain length. Fellas, Manscaped. You're giving yourself inches, baby. And if Al Pacino didn't say anything, he said, life is a game of inches. You haven't seen this movie yet. Any given Sunday.
I was like, what
Any
did
given
he say
Sunday.
that?
Life's a game of inches. Nigga, Manscaped. That should be their fucking slogan. It's a game of inches. Life. Your penis. Manscaped. Dude, I love it. Spoil the Beans. That is our promo code. Literally type in Spoil the Beans, get 20% off. Guys, let me go through how good this is. See this right here? You see this?
This
bad boy, excuse me, is the lawnmower. The lawnmower. The lawnmower. Lawnmower 4.0. Dude, I use this, shaved my balls in 10 minutes. Hadn't shaved in like half a year, probably. You know what I mean? Shaved, tire sack, 10 minutes. Unbelievable.
But you're not even nearly as hairy as I am. Hey, for the ladies who are listening to this, you can also use this to shave you. I'm a very hairy lady. I'm a kind of a fuzzy person. What?
She's a fuzzball, dog.
I'm a fuzzball. I'm like a tennis ball.
She's a fucking tennis ball.
I am a tennis ball up in here. And this is very handy, I will say.
Love it. The 4.0.
So
the lawnmower
quick.
4.0.
Trimmed my fuzz.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, Manscaped, let me tell you something about the 4.0. They engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and incredible, comfortable grooming experience. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to our advanced skin-safe technology. I now feel confident shaving my boys. That is true. I had no nicks.
I wasn't nervous at all.
Yeah, I had zero nicks. And I've shaved my balls plenty of times with other razors and other things like that. You know what I mean? And literally always a nick or two, which sucks because your balls, you don't want your balls bleeding all day.
Yeah, that's gross.
Because it's
You're
nonstop.
not
A lot of
supposed
blood
to
down there.
bleed.
Yeah, so you just don't want that. You know what I mean? I didn't know this also. I'm one of the first people, me and you, Samantha, to try the new 4.0, and I am blown away by the performance. I literally am. It's phenomenal. It really is. This upgraded trimmer includes a multi-function on and off switch that can engage a travel lock. It really can. You can lock it if you need to. It also gives you the ability to turn the 400K LED spotlight on and off whenever needed for a precise shave.
I looked up how
Oh
to
my
do
God. The Lawnmower 4.0 even allows you to customize your trim through additional guard lengths with sizes 1 through 4, which is really nice. I did need the size. I was going to go no trimmer, and Sam had helped me out here.
Yeah, we wanted to get a little bit of a fade going.
I wanted more of a fade. I didn't want a full ball, but I like the fade. Did I mention, this is very important, wireless charging. Look at this. This is wireless. This is charging right now, all right? Wireless charging, well, you got to plug it in, but it could be charging right now is my point.
It could be.
Wireless charging uses electromagnetic induction, which can help battery length last longer. Men, if you've been shaving with the same nut trimmer on your face, you've been doing it wrong. No person wants pubes in their mouth.
Yeah, you should have one for each.
One for each. Me and Sam both have one. It's fucking awesome. It's time to get your own ball and hair and body trimmer with Manscaped to make me time the best time and enhance your confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off, free shipping with the code SPOILTHEBEANS. All one word, Spoil the Beans, all caps. Guys, it's the name of the pod, Spoil the Beans. Easy. Manscaped. Use it. Yo, let me tell you this. These are some of the things that you get. Waterproof trimmer. Reduces foot odor. I didn't know that, but this does reduce foot odor.
Really?
It does. The Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer helps reduce nicks, reduces the risk of ingrown hairs, and reduces the risk of grooming accidents. I stand by all those things 1,000%. This is not because they're the first brand to support us. I genuinely fuck with this. Mm-hmm. The nose trimmer, incredible. Got all my nose hairs out.
He's got a hairy nose. That's the
I
one
do
thing
have a
that
very
is
nose.
very hairy.
I'm not really a hairy guy. My
He's
balls
not.
a little bit, but my nose
But
gets
your
pretty hairy.
nose needed.
I loved this. The crop preserver, the ball deodorant, genuinely found it refreshing on my testes.
You felt refreshed.
It added a little spice. You know, it really did. I wasn't mad about it. I really wasn't. The crop reviver, the ball toner, also felt good on my balls. I love this bag that they come with. This is just nice because I travel a lot.
The shed.
Is that what it's called?
That's what it says on here. The shed. It's
The shed, the travel
storage
bag. I travel a lot,
They have
so
cool
I've been
stuff.
using it on the road. Unbelievable. Unbelievable kit. Unbelievable package. I've been putting my other toiletries in this, but it's phenomenal. Dude, everything they sent us, I've been using. Every single thing. Sam uses them.
I did. I had to trim the fuzz.
Dude, if you're in a couple, get two. Get the 4.0
Yeah, get two.
lawnmower. Unreal. Get the fucking, for fellas, if you got a hairy nose, get the weed whacker. 1,000% recommend the weed whacker if you got a hairy nose. Ball fucking deodorant, the crop preserver, unbelievable. The toner, unbelievable. God, the Lawnmower 4.0, seriously. I genuinely loved this product. It is so worth it. It's just, I shaved. I'm going to probably shave again in another week. Took me 10 minutes. Crop the area. More inches.
It took you less time than 10 minutes.
Did it? It felt so fast.
It was very fast. Maybe
was
like
quick.
2 songs.
It was 2 rap songs. So we're talking,
rap
it might be 6
songs?
minutes. Probably, yeah, right. 6 minutes if we're being all the way honest. 6 minutes. Your boy was fresh shaved up. We had incredible sex. Can I guarantee the great sex you'll have? I can't guarantee that. I can hope for it. I'll hope for it.
We can put that energy into
I'll
your
put that
future.
energy. If you use Spoil the Beans, Manscaped,
20%
promo code,
off.
20% off, plus free shipping, I will put that good energy if you're going to have good sex after you Manscaped. I'm going to put that out there on you.
That's free, man.
That's for you. Guys,
lady.
Spoil the Beans. The promo code's right here. Use it. Don't lose it. All right? 20% off. And Manscaped, thank you so much, man. You guys, this
Thank
was
you,
amazing.
Manscaped.
We really appreciate it. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting the Bean Mafia. And back to the movie. And we're back. Money was made. Bills were paid. Sam, you ready to hear the movie?
Oh, I'm so stoked.
Now I was deciding how I was going to tell this to you. Because you know how normally we have a rhythm. I ask the guest, what they think happens and yada, yada.
Yeah.
The guest gets excited because they're like, oh my God, I'm about to hear yada, yada. And then they guess their own version.
Yeah.
Now I love doing it that way. That's fun. But what I also like about Spoil the Bean Sam is that I can do whatever the fuck I want. Sometimes I forget that there's no rules I have to live by.
No, you
I can tell the movie however the fuck I want to tell the movie.
Yeah.
And today, I don't want to give you an option. You're going to hear the movie as if you walked in the theater.
Oh, fantastic. I really dislike the part where I have to come up with my own movie.
Well, I like that part. It's funny for me. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? It's funnier that when I get to the title, because you're always going to get to the title. They say the title.
Oh, it's
like
a
every
surprise.
movie ever. No, it's not a surprise. It's not even. It's just when we get to the title, I can see how you genuinely react. Does that make sense? Because you're going to be like, oh, and then you'll either know about it, not know about it, and we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Beaners, you're welcome. Also, the Bean Mafia. I was exclusively talking to the Mexican listeners.
Who are our favorites?
They're just better looking.
They are better looking and honestly, maybe the most supportive.
God, we got some supportive ass beans in the bean field.
The bean field.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Movie starts. You hear voiceover. Girl, I love you. Your style. I love that smile. You should be in a magazine, girl, because you are my queen. Our love is everything. Do. A knock on the door. Boss, you got a girl in there? You see a young black dude peek in. We see our lead, Bernie Mac.
Oh my God, what is this?
The legend. Yo, R.I.P. the GOAT, dog. No, boy, I ain't got no girl in here. You know that. Come on now. You know me, married man. I'm doing my vows. We're renewing my vows, man. This shit costing me so much money. So much goddamn money. She wants to renew vows and shit. What's wrong with the first thing I said, huh? What's wrong with I do? I did, didn't I? Which is, Sam, what's wrong with I do? I did, didn't I? Yo. He said he's married 25 years. I would feel the same way of if you don't feel like doing this, you'd be like, I did it. We did it. Mm-hmm. I'm still here. What else do you want from me? And then the guy goes, you know what, Mr. Jones? It's cool. I'm sure it'll all work out. But those vows you're doing, they really sound like the lyrics to, that song. He goes, boy, that ain't no lyrics to no song. I wrote that shit on the way to work. Well, were you listening to the radio? Yeah. I think it's a song, Mr. Jones. Boy, if that's a song, what's the next line? Pretty sure the next line is, oh yeah, baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bump, bump, bump. And then Bernie's like, get the hell out of my office. And then as he's walking out, he goes, hey, Reggie. Yes, boss? You said, baby, turn around. He starts writing it down.
Yo.
And 3 bumps. Bump, bump, bump. Guess who?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of this movie?
Is this I think I have. I think I know what movie this is. Is this one of the many movies where a daughter brings home a person of the opposite race?
This was a big movie.
Yeah.
You remember it now? It's kind
Is it Ashton Kutcher?
I'm not going to say
Okay.
it. Do you want to just keep hearing it?
Yeah, let's keep hearing it. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to guess this.
No, you can guess.
It has nothing to do with... No,
you
I
can
want to
guess.
enjoy the movie. Why am I talking?
Dude, you can talk whenever you want. You know the rules. You know the rules. And trust me, some scenes are going to happen, and I'm sure you're just going to bust out with questions and many things to say. Trust me. So, we hear Bernie talking to the young Reggie guy. His boss, this white dude, about, or not his boss, but his partner, about, Teresa's bringing home this new boy. He goes, but I did my research on this one. And the guy laughs. He's like, you didn't, Percy. He's like, I did. I did. He goes, but this one, I like him. This one, credit score through the roof. It says 800 or not, some crazy thing, right? And he goes, he's a stockbroker for J.P. Oliver. This boy's bad. And then we see the credits are still rolling, and we see Morris Chestnut walking down the street. And he's like, man, this brother's got it all. He's sharp. She says he's good looking, takes care of himself, takes care of his look, got a nice car, all that. And then the camera pans back behind Morris Chestnut, and we see our lead, a little scraggly hair, Ashton Kutcher.
That's so funny.
It's also great to show Morris Chestnut because it's like,
You're like,
that's what you want your
yeah.
black daughter to bring. Obviously, you're like, yeah, bring me home Morris Chestnut.
He's also so clean cut.
Oh yeah, he looked good, and then to see Ashton behind him, who's like, it's not like Ashton's not good looking, but it's a different. It's just not. Also, like he's not dressed as nice either.
No, yeah, Ashton always plays kind of like a schleppy sort of dude.
Well, it's not that because he has a suit on, but it ain't just. Morris is like
He still has that flippy hair.
Yeah, his hair's all flippy. It's very that '70s show. Just a young guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Why does he have such a good credit score?
He works for JP Oliver. He's a stockbroker.
Okay.
He makes money. Like he clearly makes a lot of money.
All right. So all the other stuff is true.
No, Bernie's looked him up. Like that's why he's all excited. He just clearly you see what he doesn't know something.
He just doesn't have a picture on his LinkedIn account.
Yeah. So Bernie brags about how he loves him and he loves his job, right? And he's like, man, I love this boy and he's got a good job. And it ends, right? Like the credits stop. Cut to Ashton Kutcher. And I quit. The boss is like, Simon, don't do that. They argue back and forth. And then Ashton goes, hey, you know what? That's not the way the world works. That's the way your world works. And he storms out. Simon, come back here. And he leaves and he gets in the elevator. I'm so done with this place. He hits the number 1 floor. I'm done with this place, huh? Yep. And then it starts going down. And as it goes down, he loses confidence.
Oh, no.
He's like, oh, my God, don't freak out. It is a good acting. And like he keeps going down. And he's like, oh, my God, how are you going to tell Teresa? You're meeting your new father-in-law this weekend. Oh, God. Hey, Mr. Jones, I'm unemployed. Oh, God. Oh, God. And then he hits 20. He hits the 1, hits 26, starts going back up. I'm not quitting my fucking job. What's wrong with me? This is fucking crazy. Gets to the top. Fuck them. I don't let them deserve me. I haven't worked for that guy. And he's just going back and forth. The people on the security camera watching just dying laughing.
Oh, that's so funny.
You know, so
what a great scene.
Yeah, he's just going back and forth. He can't decide what to do, right?
Uh-huh.
He finally doesn't go up. He goes down. He leaves. He calls Liz, this friend of his. You'd recognize the actress. I don't know from what, but you'd recognize her.
White woman or
white woman? Just, but
Okay.
I just can't remember.
Pretty?
She's just a side character. No. Like a comedian, like not comedian, but like
a comedic actor.
comedic actress. So he calls her, and he's like, "Yo, is that job still open from whenever?" And she goes, "No, it's not. But I'll tell my boss. He's gonna go crazy if you're in the market. Are you at play?" He's like, "It looks like it." And she's like, "Wow." And then she's like, "Well, I'll hit you right back." Right? He hangs up. He looks at his Teresa on the phone. He's like, he gets all nervous. Credits keep rolling. Cut to he's walking to his pad. It's a super nice place in New York. Remember the place in Get Out in the beginning of the movie? What it looked like?
Oh, like that dope apartment that they're all cuddly
where it's like a loft
in?
and and it's overlooking the city type shit. They have shit like
They
so
get a lot of shots of that place at the beginning of the movie.
It's exactly that place. Sam, I think it's that place. Beautiful, right?
It's just the place they show successful black people living in.
Or anyway, it's one of those places like if you're in New York, it's like, oh, this is a rich New York person.
Okay.
It clearly, I feel like that because I've never been to New York, but I'm assuming if you're living in a place like that, you're doing fucking very, very well.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you have multiple rooms, I think you're doing pretty well.
And this isn't multiple. This is the view. Well, all the it's like it's nice.
Yeah.
It's like a house in an apartment.
Like you remember Ryan's apartment in New York, in The Office?
Yes.
He has like 1 bedroom.
That's
like
what most people live in.
That's what I think most.
But this is like what I said in the movie Get Out, so you know what kind of place I'm talking about, where it's like, oh, they're making money, right? So he walks into his place. Teresa, hey, baby. Our lead, you know who it is?
I can't remember.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe. I love her.
I will say this, pause, does not get enough credit for being one of the greatest actresses of our time. I'm being honest. No one brings her up.
She can be green. She can be blue. She can do it all.
And if she's in it, it's a blockbuster smash. If she's in it,
yeah, it is. She's never.
It's a block. This is a smash. The numbers were crazy.
I don't think she's ever picked a dud. I can't think of a movie.
I mean, we'd have to go through it.
There was that one movie your dad was watching. She was in it with Ben Affleck.
Jiggly? That's J-Lo.
No. Where he's like a gangster and he's trying to open up a hotel, which I'd never heard of before, but it looked actually not bad.
But I bet if we looked at the numbers, we had to see.
It probably was fine.
I just know this. I know the woman picks box office smashes.
She picks great movies.
And she can act, though. Nobody talks about how great of an actress she is.
She can act her ass off.
CGI or not.
Yeah.
Because this is like, she's not a superhero in this. She's a fucking girl. And she's unbelievable in this. She brings the movie, I think, way more reality than
She's
it
one
should
of
have
the
even
few
needed.
actors I follow on Instagram.
Actors, yeah. She's an actor. Fuck actresses. I'm gonna say actor.
They're all the same.
Yeah, they're all the fucking same.
You're all the same.
She goes, oh my God, honey, you're home early. And she kisses him. She hugs up on him. She goes, oh, I want to show you something. I just bought us this. And she shows him all this really nice new luggage she just bought. Like a set, like 2 different sets, one for him, one for her, right? And he's like, oh. He goes, you already bought it, huh? And she goes, yep, combined income. And she tries to high five him. And he's like, yeah. She goes, ooh, also I talked to my dad. Oh my God, he loved that you work for JP Oliver. Like he just went crazy about it, you know, like because he's a businessman. Like, and she's just talking. She's so excited, right? I told you you're gonna love this movie. And so she goes, I think he loves you more than me now. And then she goes, his whole life has been, Teresa, does that boy have a job? Teresa, that boy better have a job. And she's like impersonating Bernie Mac,
That's really
which is
funny.
also funny. And he goes, oh, she's like, oh, I'm just so excited. And she jumps in his arms and he's just like, and he goes, baby, I think maybe we should postpone telling them. And then she goes, no, it was your idea. Announcing it that we're getting engaged at their, vow renewal party, the reception. That'll be like the greatest gift my mom will ever. My mom will flip. She'll love it. And he goes, yeah, but I'm not worried about your mom. I'm more worried about, and he turns around and he points at a picture. You see a picture on a stand. You can't see the picture yet. He goes, I'm more worried about him. And he's like clearly scared. And she goes, oh, he's harmless. And she goes, I don't know. And then you see the picture, and it's Bernie Mac at like a child's basketball game in the ref's face, like.
Why would they have a picture of that in their apartment?
Somebody just snapped it shut. What, it's him? I would think that's the funniest picture of my dad.
It's really
ever.
funny. I would put that up in my house too.
He's like in his face, right? And then he goes, I mean, look at that. And that's because you guys are losing a children's basketball game. And she goes, no. We were winning that game.
Yo,
and he's like, his eyes get all big. Cut to Bernie Mac, right? And he's at his house. There's this white guy saying like crazy fancy shit to him that they're going to do to his house for the vows. They're going to have it in the backyard. But it's a beautiful backyard. You know what I mean? And very Meet the Parents kind of vibe. Like how rich they were and how nice their house was. Same kind of vibe. Same kind of house.
very colonial.
Very colonial. A lot of room. Beautiful. That kind of neighborhood. Yada, yada. He lives in the rich part of Jersey. You know, they're in New York. That's where he lives. So you know how he's doing. Bernie Mac's doing well in this.
Yeah.
All right. Which also I love when they show movies like this where it's like rich black people.
Oh yeah.
And we don't have to explain why they
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Deal with it, white people.
So the guy's like, this is gonna be some party, Mr. Jones. The wife comes home. She's like a school principal. The mother. Her name's Marilyn. All right, beautiful black woman. Not a famous actress, but just beautiful,
Really?
right? They're going back and forth. He thinks the planner's gay. She's like, no, he's not. He's metrosexual. He's like, that ain't a real thing. And they're arguing, right? This is 2001 or whenever this came out. So that would be like there's not a real thing. Right? So that's like a thing the whole movie, if this guy's like gay or not.
Oh, okay. That's like an ongoing bit.
Bro, so she goes, honey, he just has taste. Like, there are men like this now. Also, this is the first time the movie was like, I bet this is rare where they were addressing it like this. Like what that kind of guy is.
That was back when people said metrosexual. You never hear that anymore.
Never hear that shit no more. So the wife goes, honey, sit down. I need to talk to you. He goes, no, you ain't got to worry about me. I got my vows almost perfectly done, baby. Don't even worry about it. She goes, that's not it. This boy, Teresa's bringing home, you better be nice. You don't know him. You don't know his people. And then he goes, I know who he is. And she goes, you did not pull his credit report. He goes, I sure did. And he goes, but that's not even why. He goes, I already know he's a good guy. And he goes, and it's not even from that. You know me. I can sum up anybody in 5 seconds, honey. That's what I do. I sum people up. That's why I work at the bank. I know how to sum people up. And that's all I need is 5 seconds. That's all I need. And she goes, yeah, I know that's all you need. And he goes, what'd you say? And she goes, you heard me. And he's like, he just walks out. Right? So cut to the girls. Ashton and Zoe are in a cab. They're on their way to the parents, right?
Yeah.
She tells them, she's like embellishing how scary her dad is to just mess with him. And Ashton is doing a good job because he's just so nervous. Very Kelso. Just like, oh God, like an idiot, And then she goes, oh my God, honey, I'm kidding. He's going to love you. And she goes, baby, did you tell him? She goes, tell him what? Did you tell him? Did I tell him what? Did you tell them I was white? And she goes, you're white? And he goes, stop. And she goes, you're white? Stop the car. And the taxi driver, Mike Epps is the taxi driver.
Nice.
Goes, like actually stops the car on the freeway. They slam their heads into the thing. He's like, oh, fuck. And then she's like, oh my God, I was kidding. I'm so sorry. I was kidding. And the driver's, Mike Evans was like, well, that's very fucking funny, lady. Because he was eavesdropping, so he was in it. And then she goes, no, I didn't tell them, all right? I just told them the important things. And he goes, like what? And she goes, like how you're an amazing man and how you're great with me and how you love me and how you have cute little butt cheeks. And then he goes, yeah, but you didn't mention that they were a pair of white butt cheeks. You didn't think that was maybe important? And then she goes, Simon, look, I don't think it's going to matter, okay? So just let it go. And then Mike Epps goes, oh, it's going to matter.
It is definitely going to matter.
And then they both get nervous and look at him. And he goes, it's going to matter. And then he keeps driving.
Is he just in this one scene?
So they pull into the house. They get out the car, right? So now all three of them are out of the taxi already. Bernie Mac and the wife come out the house. Dad! She runs up just like Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
Hugs him. Pretty much does a short stack. Pretty much do something. Pretty much,
that's so funny.
They're that close,
Yeah.
Then she's like, Mom. She hugs her mom. Mike Epps walks up. And then Bernie Mac's like, nice to meet you, young man. Percy Jones, put it there. He goes, oh, nice to meet you too. He's like, wow, that's a strong grip, brother. I like that, a young man with a strong grip. You see Simon grabbing bags from the trunk, all right? And he goes, listen, young man, are you doing everything to make my daughter happy? And right as he says that, Zoe goes, Dad. And he goes, hold on now, honey. Are you doing everything to make my daughter happy, young man? And then Simon walks up, holding the bags, what the fuck? And he goes, just go ahead and take him to the door, sir. And then Simon looks around. He goes, and Bernie Mac goes, the door, the thing with the hole in it in the house. Jesus Christ, thank you. Walk. Okay. And pushes him along.
Yo.
And Simon just does it because he's because Bernie Mac's terrifying, And then he goes, now, boy, you doing everything to make my daughter happy. And Mike Epps is like, I mean, no, but I think I'd like to start now or something like that, right?
Yo.
And Bernie Mac laughs, goes, boy, they hit you. I like you. I like that. That's funny. That's funny, right? He's just liking him. And Mike Epps is laughing too, yeah.
Gosh, Mike Epps is too old to be with her.
I know, it's so funny, bro. But I get it. It's just the fact that he's a good-looking black man. It's just yeah, this is what I want. Yeah. Also, Mike, it ain't like he looks like a taxi driver. He looks nice.
Yeah.
So Simon walks up. And she goes, Dad. And she goes, oh, I got it, honey. Don't worry. And he goes, what do you want? 20, 30? 30, dude. All right. And he tries to hand him money. She goes, Dad, this is Simon. And then Bernie Mac goes, but Simon's your boyfriend's name. That is a good line. Because that's actually something a dad might say. Of
yeah.
But that's.
This guy.
And then he turns and goes, well, who are you? And Mike Evans is like, oh, my name's Wesley Thompson. He goes, that's my cab. He goes, but hey, if you want me to, man, I'm down to make your girl happy.
Yo.
And he's like, get the fuck out of my face. So he turns and he's staring at Ashton Kutcher. And the Ashton Kutcher, bro, this nigga's so stupid. He goes, I really wish Teresa would have told me you guys were black. That would have made this less awkward. But Sam, no one laughs. Not even Teresa. She fucking meets the parents of him. She lets him just.
No, she doesn't.
She
lets him die. Do him like that. She doesn't.
Bernie Mac's just staring. Yo, Bernie Mac's so good. He's just staring at him, obviously, after that joke, which is hilarious to say. How is that not funny?
It's very funny.
He addressed it to me. Sam, if I was a black dad, I'd be like, I like this kid. He's got, that's balls. That's funny. We had an awkward moment. He made a joke about it. I like him, but I get that they have to do the rest of the movie. So Percy turns and he's just like, damn, right? So they walk in the house. He's complaining to his wife. He's white. And she goes, wow, Percy, nothing gets past you. It took you 5 seconds, right? She's just making fun of him, right? He's all mad. And he's like, I can't believe that. And she goes, honey, we taught our girls not to see people, not color. You know that. He goes, I know, but she should have told us. I was expecting Denzel, goddammit. And then right then, Ashton Kutcher and Zoe walk in. They're like, hey, they put their stuff down, they sit down. He's like, so Simon, you work for J.P. Oliver? And he's like, oh, yes, sir. He goes, you like it? Yes, sir. I do like it. Are you moving up? There's been recent movement. So Kelso, right? Just dumb. And he goes, all right, you work hard. And then Teresa starts bragging for him of like, because she's like, oh, daddy does this, he's great. Just all about him. Right? Zoe's so cute. God damn, she's so cute.
She's adorable.
She's just like you. It could have been you. You could have did this role.
Yeah, but I couldn't fight like she can fight.
Not needed for this one.
It's true.
Well, we'll see. And he goes, all right. So Simon, what do your parents do? He goes, my mother is a realtor, also sells mini blinds and has a dance class, a little dance studio. He goes, damn, it's a lot of jobs. He goes, single parent. He goes, huh, where's your father? He left when I was 2. I don't know, like very like, I don't know. And then he's like, okay. Well, Simon, you play sports. Played a little foosball in college. No one laughs. Sam, no one laughs. He's just laughing by himself.
Oh my God.
This nigga Bernie Mac says.
She's letting him bomb?
Bro, and this nigga Bernie Mac, just like fucking Robert De Niro Meet the Parents, is just like, that's not a sport. Like, like I'm gonna not get the joke on purpose. And he goes, and then she's like, Dad, stop. And he was like, I'm just saying, a man who don't play sports ain't a man to me. And he like takes a sip of his coffee. And then Kelso, I'm just gonna call him Kelso. Kelso gets a little nervous and he's like, I used to run a little track. And he goes, you ran track? What race? Well, I mean, I not ran more cars. And he goes, really? He goes, yeah, NASCAR. Wow, NASCAR. And Ash Kutcher's like, yep, I had big dreams. Just, all ended, big crash. They say I should have been killed. And he's like, wow, NASCAR. And he goes, yep, I worked in the pit and test drove for one of the drivers. Really? What's the driver's name? He goes, what's his name? He goes, yeah, what's his name? He's like, JG. And he goes, Bernie Mac goes, Jeff Gordon? He goes, yeah, we called him JG, Jeff Gordon. We just called him JG in the pit, though. And he goes, oh, interesting, right? Cut to the bedroom. Zoe Saldana's like, why did you say NASCAR? He's like, what was I supposed to do? He was staring at me with those goddamn eyes. And then every time Bernie Mac, that he's just, right? And he's like, well, because I don't play sports. Oh, you're not a man. A man ain't a man who don't play no sports. Like, he's just mimicking him. Also, there's great Bernie Mac impressions throughout this whole thing.
Oh, dude, I'm sure everyone was dying to do those impressions.
Oh, God. And then, he goes, I had to say something. And she goes, yeah, but why'd you say NASCAR? And she goes, my father loves NASCAR. He goes, it's the widest sport in the world. God damn, I should have said hockey. Right? And then she goes, babe, don't worry. He'll forget about it. It just takes time with him. By Sunday, you'll be a member of the family. I can already tell he likes you. And she gives him a kiss.
Why is she lying to him?
Cut to Bernie Mac downstairs. I don't like him. And that's it. And it just cuts back to them upstairs. And they're kissing. So Simon and Teresa are unpacking. And he grabs her lingerie. And he's like, ooh, what's this? She's like, hey, I bought that to surprise you. Stop. He's like, ooh. And he puts it on.
He puts it on?
And she's like, stop it, Simon. And she's loving it. They're wrestling. He's like, no, take it off. Take it off. And she's like, you're stretching it. Take it off. Bernie Mac opens the door.
Is he naked in them?
No, he's over his
clothes.
But he's got lingerie over his clothes. And like, he's bent over like with his butt in the air. And then she's like got his hair pulled and like got him like this. And they're looking at Bernie. Cut to Bernie bringing the luggage downstairs. And she's like, Mom, he's sending Simon to a hotel. And he's like, yep. And she's like, honey, why are you doing that? He said, I saw what they did upstairs. He goes, Mr. Jones, sir. And everybody stops. He goes, I just want to say, I am not a cross-dresser. And the mom's like, what? And he goes, I saw him up there. The kind of stuff they had on. And she goes, Mom, it was lingerie. That's all. She had my lingerie on. And then Percy's like, I don't even know why you had that stuff. Because I'm grown, Percy. That's why I have it. Right?
Well, she called him by his name?
I felt that. Of like, well, I don't know why you have this stuff. She's like 26, 27. It's like, hey, back off. And then he goes, look, too much testosterone in this house anyway. It's just enough for mine. And I don't want none of that. He's stripping.
Everyone else is a woman.
Clearly he also grew up in a house of women to even say some shit like that. He goes, but I'm taking him out of here. And then they go, what about the basement? Just let him sleep in the basement. He goes, that's my basement. That's my man cave. He ain't sleeping down there. And then Simon says, look, honey, I'll go. I'll go to the hotel. It's fine.
Aww.
And then she's like, well, I'm going to go with you. And he goes, no, you stay here. And she goes, you don't want me to go? And he's like, I love how he's like, you know what's happening, right? It's like that kind of face of like, I'm just trying to. make this.
Are you seeing what's happening?
He hates me. I'm trying to make it easy. And then she's like, well, I'm going to go with you. He's like, baby, please, if you love me, look at me. Stay here. He goes like, let me just make your dad happy. I know your mom needs help with the range. And while he's doing all this, the mom is looking at him, smiling like,
Aww.
I like him. He kisses her. He's like, it's okay. Let's go. They go to leave right then. The other sister runs in. You don't recognize this actress, but like this other black girl runs in. And they're like, Keisha! And they hug. And she's like, what up? And she sees Ashton. She's like, oh shit, we being audited? And they go, no. She goes, this is my boyfriend. She goes, hi. And he goes, well, he got to go. And then they storm him out, right? And then right as they leave, the sister goes, Dad, wait. And she goes, what? And she goes, Teresa's boyfriend's white. And then he goes, I know. And she goes, oh, I know you know. I just wanted to see your face when I said it again. Ah! And like just laughs at him. And he's so mad. He slams the door, right? He goes, all right, I'm driving you to the hotel. And that's that. They get in the car. He cuts the radio on. She was black as the night. Louis was whiter than wine. He cuts it off. Classic comedy.
Why would that even be playing then?
Right? And then they look around, and he's like, Ashton Kutcher's quiet, and he's like, looks like it's gonna rain. And then Bernie Mac's like, nope. And Ashton Kutcher's like, I mean, the clouds, I'm just saying it, it looks like it's gonna rain. He goes, look, boy, I live here. I know the weather here, okay? It starts raining, right? It just starts coming down, right? And then Ashton Kutcher's like, it's raining. And then Bernie Mac goes,
shut up.
I know, right? Bernie Mac goes, it's sprinkling. And like starts really coming down, right? And then they're driving, and Ash, bro, is great. He gets nervous, and he's like, you want to cut those windshield wipers on? Nope, it's just sprinkling. And it's like, Sam, it's coming down so hard, bro. This is classic comedy stuff.
This is perfect for Bernie.
Perfect. Because you can just see him, can't you?
Oh, yeah. His role was written for him.
His role was written for him. He is a very Robert De Niro perfect kind of actor for this. Of like,
oh yeah,
you could. Well, I mean, other than we already knew Bernie could be funny, but to see how scary he can be, and not actually scary, but dad scary. Dad's
scary. But I mean, that's like his act as
his
dad
dad's scary. You're right. His act is so. It is a perfect role for him. This is just like out of the park. So the sisters are at home. They're talking. And she's like, "What's it like being with a white guy?" And she's like, "Oh, girl, it's the same. It ain't nothing different." And Keisha goes, "What about the sex?" She goes, Zoe Saldana was like, "Where's mom?" She's like, "Downstairs." And then she's like, "Come here." And she's like, "Oh, girl, bring it to me." She goes, "All right, you know the size thing?" And she's like, "Yeah." Total opposite. And she's like, "What?" And she's like, "They're huge." And she goes, "Girl." And she goes, "And not only are they big," and she goes, "What else? They can sing too." And she goes, "Really?" She goes, "Yep." "Oh my God." She goes, "They sing notes. They sing all kinds of things." And then she's like, "Oh my God."
Yo, that's so funny.
Crazy. You know what's funny? I remember this conversation forever as a kid just because I was like, what a crazy thing to say about a penis. Because I get the size thing. I get that and all that,
I
right?
thought she meant just white people in general could sing.
No, she's talking about their penises. She said, it sings to me. And the other sister's like, really? She's like, oh, girl, it can sing.
Oh, wow.
Don't know what the fuck Zoe, I still to this day. And if I ever met Zoe Saldana, I'd be like, yo, did somebody write that line? Or did you just fucking say that because you fuck white guys? Because she fucks white guys.
What does that mean?
I know her husband and the kids are mixed with a white dude.
He's Hispanic.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I was wrong. Well, they have just interracial babies.
She's also Hispanic.
Well, yeah, that's why they say she's black in this.
I think she is black, but she's
clearly half black.
Like, yeah, she's from a place where they have black Spanish people. Mm-hmm. I think. I don't know.
I mean, I like that she just played a black girl though.
Yeah.
You know, and if she pulled it off, you're not looking at this going, "This girl's not black." You're like, "Yeah,
Maybe her husband's Spanish."
I thought he was a white dude.
Well, Spanish would be white.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, Pau Gasol is Spanish, but you know what I'm saying? You white if your skin is white, Sam.
Yeah. I know. I'm aware. I lived the life.
But I think her husband is a white-skinned man.
Yeah, he is. I've seen him. He's got long hair.
But I'm sure she would probably say, he's Spanish, and then I'd have to spit on her face. Not, literally, but just in my head of like, You know, I'm just like,
I'm sure she's been with a lot of white guys.
yeah, she talks about their singing penises. That's how we got here.
I've been with some white guys. Their penises have never sung to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If that's what they were doing, I wouldn't even mess around with black guys.
Yeah, well, because one, you'd be hypnotized by these singing white
Singing
penises.
white penises. I'd be like, and then I go to a black guy, I'd be like, yo, you guys can sing in real life. Why don't your penises sing?
Yo. Yo, you niggas can sing in real life. That is true. We all have pipes.
Yeah, even you can sing, and you don't sing.
I don't even sing, and I can fucking let it happen. So the girls are talking, and then the Zoe Saldana is telling her like, oh, I love him so much, and he's so cute, and she's like, oh, girl, he is cute, like, oh, yada yada, and she goes, and I'm so glad you brought him home. She goes, why? She goes, because from now on, no matter what I do, if I rob a bank, if I burn this house down, you're the one who brought home the white boy.
Oh, that's so true.
And Zoe Saldana was like, thank you, like, right. Cut to our boys, Bernie and Ashton. They walk in the hotel. The guy is like to Ashton, he's like, can I help you with your bag? And Ashton's like, no, I'm good. I just want bag. And he goes, oh, don't want the black man helping you with your bag? What, he gonna go through your shit? He gonna steal something from you? Huh, you don't trust him? You don't trust the black man? Huh, that's a working man right there. And then Ashton's like, excuse me, sir, can you help me with my bag? And he goes, oh, he a slave now, huh? So that's what you want. You just want a black man to be your slave so you can look down on him. And then right then the black guy comes up and he goes, you want me to take your bag, sir? And Ashton's like, I don't know. Kelso was a perfect casting choice for this as well, because that's why they got him.
Perfect.
They were like, yo, we need a dumb guy who was still lovable.
Also, he did another movie like this with like Brittany Murphy.
Yeah, where she brought him home and he's dumb.
Yeah. I didn't see that one either.
I didn't see that one. This one's good.
Yeah, this is great.
So they get to the hotel and they ask for reservations, right? They get to the hotel and then the lady goes, "You have any reservations?" He goes, "Yes, I do, under Mr. Jones." And then Ashton's like, "You already made the reservations?" And he goes, "Boy, I made these reservations 24 years ago when the doctor said it's a girl." So good.
Yo, I wonder if they wrote these lines or some of these just things he said.
He's one of the greatest to do it. And then the lady says, "I'm sorry, sir, your room's been given away because you have to be here at 4." Like he didn't meet the check-in time.
Oh no.
Which is true. They do that shit. And then and there's a convention in town, so every hotel is full. So they're fucked. So they're walking outside. He's like, "Mr. Jones, look, I'll be in your house and I'll obey your rules." Straight up Meet the Parents style.
Yeah.
I'll obey the rules, yada, yada. And then he goes, "Yeah, you saying that now, but at 3 a.m. you're going to obey Mr. Johnson, not Mr. Jones." And he goes, "Look, sir," he starts begging him. And he's like, "All right, you stay in my basement. But remember, these eyes see everything. Get in the car." He gets in the car. He cuts the radio on. Ebony and ivory living together in perfect harmony.
These songs are so old. Why would they have been playing that?
Because he's listening to oldies.
Oh, that's true. He was listening.
This lines up.
This does line up. It's so funny.
No way Bernie Mac's not listening to oldies in his car.
Yeah, that's true.
So they go to a family restaurant, right? Like a restaurant. They're all at dinner. And the dad and the mom goes, "So how long you guys been together?" And then she says 5. She says 6 months. He says 5 months. It's kind of like me and you.
Ooh.
Okay. And then they both laugh. And then Bernie Mac's like, "Well, which is it?" And Ashton Kutcher, he goes, "Well, it just depends on who you ask. Because Teresa counts from the first day we met. And I count from the first time we." And then he looks. And Bernie Mac's like, just because he's like, "Why would you say that?"
Why would you say that?
And he stops talking. Right. And the mom starts going on, like the mom really cuts him off. She goes, "Well, you know what I'm gonna do for the vows? I'm gonna make your father dance the tango with me." And he's like, "I ain't dancing no tango." She goes, "We're dancing to the tango. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's my gift. Like, and that's what you're doing, you know."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I ain't dancing no tango." Right then Simon's cell phone rings.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "Oh, this is an important call. I'm gonna go take this." And he gets up, and the dad goes, "Well, go ahead and take it here." And he's like, "It's boring business stuff." He goes, "Simon, sit. Take the call." He sits back down. Yo, just be like, "No. This is inappropriate for it'll just be an inappropriate conversation for y'all. I might have to say some stuff."
Also, it better be important. Better not be just one of your friends. You should have just not taken the call, dude.
Well, he already knew it. He saw who it was. So
Yeah.
he knew it was an important call.
Okay.
So he's like, hello? And the girl's like, Simon, so sorry to get back to you. But whew, I hope Teresa makes good money because someone started a rumor about you. You're fucked. And he laughs and he's like, oh, man, that sounds like something Nathan would do. And she's like, yeah, it definitely is. And she goes, apparently no other firm wants you right now. And he goes, well,
No.
he goes, I love new challenges. Right?
Yeah.
And then she goes, are you listening to me? You're being blackballed. And he's like, that's great. That's great. That's just good news. And then she goes, are you listening to me? What do we? He's like, yep, I'll call you next week. And he hangs up, right? Right. So the waiter comes up. She's like, can I start you guys off with some drinks? And he's like, vodka tonic, please. And then Bernie Mac's like, we'll bring him his liquor and we'll all have a glass of lemonade. And then the other girls are like, I'll have a Bloody Mary. And then the mom's like, I'll have a gin and tonic. Like, right? And the sister's like, oh, I want a pina colada. And he goes, well, bring them their alcohol and I'll have a lemonade. You know, because I'm responsible. Someone has to be. And he looks around at all of them, and it's like Bernie.
Chill out, man.
Because then at first, there would be moments like that where I'd be like, oh, bro, my dad's just stupid fool. Like,
Yeah.
if you can't tell, he's just a fucking idiot. So then the sister goes, oh, by the way, Simon. He goes, yeah? She goes, I heard you sing. He goes, what? She goes, are you an alto or are you more of a bass?
Oh, God.
He goes, excuse me? And she goes, I don't know. I just want to know how long you can hold a note. And the sister's like, he can hold a note. Don't you worry. Right?
Oh, my God.
And then Ashton's like, all right. And Bernie Mac's like looking at him angrily. And he's like, I don't sing.
Oh, my God.
Are you having a nightmare? So who are you? If you were Zoe, how are you feeling right now?
Oh, this is awful. How is she playing it? Is she being like the girl from Meet the Parents where
No,
she's
she's
acting
nicer.
like it's not happening?
She's a little nice. She is kind of acting like it's not happening, but way better actress. She's adding more depth to it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, dude, this would be stressing me out. Also, the fact that my dad didn't want him staying in the house and they're acting normal about it now,
That would suck.
that's insane. We're just pretending like he didn't try to get him into any hotel in town and he just couldn't.
And that's why he's here?
That's why he's here. I'm so embarrassed. I don't even know how to be. I'm embarrassed because of my dad, and I'm embarrassed to have a white boyfriend.
I didn't know it was going to be a fucking thing.
I didn't know it was like this.
Because you're white. So Ashton is in the basement now, right? They're back at the house. And he's on the phone and he's asking a friend to loan him money, right? And like, yo, I need yada yada. And as he's asking around this, he's looking around the basement. And Bernie Mac has a whole picture wall of him and Jeff Gordon. And like all this Jeff Gordon memorabilia. And he's like, you gotta be kidding me. And he looks around and he sees a book written like how to write your vows, like some kind of book like that, like a for vows for dummies kind of book.
Yeah.
And he starts going through it and then he starts reading what he wrote and he's like, let me see your sexy body go bump, bump, bump. And then right then he hears somebody coming down the stairs and he goes, I knew you'd be down here sooner or later. You better brought some more of that lingerie. And he turns around and it's Bernie. And I love Bernie just goes, boy, what the hell's wrong with you? Because that is what you would say.
That's a good question in that situation.
You're going to just say that? Could have been my wife.
Could have been anyone.
And then he goes, you like my space? He goes, yeah. Notice you're having a little trouble writing your vows. Well, that's none of your damn business. All right? And he goes, I could help you if you wanted. Shut up, boy. Huh? With your young love, 5-6 months, holding hands, feeding each other food. That's bullshit. I've been with this woman 25 years. That ain't romance. That's war. It's brutal. Exhausted. He goes, I'm sorry. He goes, yeah, you better be. You ready for lights out? He goes, yes, sir. Yeah. Good. He cuts the lights off. Simon gets in bed. Bernie also gets in the bed.
Oh, my God.
And Ashton's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to sleep. Here, yep, right here. But don't you have a bed upstairs? Sure do. And he goes, but so does Teresa. And me being here, and Sue, she has a good night of sleep as well. And Ashton's like, okay. And he grabs a pillow and he like puts it in between them. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm putting up a barrier. What for? I move around in my sleep. Who told you that? And he goes, how you gonna know if you move around in your sleep? He goes, well, Teresa told me. And he goes, Teresa. He goes, ah. And he gets all nervous. right? And he goes, look, Mr. Jones, we're adults. I think we can talk about that. Me and your daughter have been. He goes, look, I don't want to hear about you sleeping with my daughter, all right? You're sleeping with me now. Now shut up, go to bed. And he's like,
Yo.
cut to like cute music starts playing, and all night they're just all over each other.
Oh,
Like a fast forward shot of
dude,
just
that's
them
so funny.
all over each other, right? Next morning, Simon's up early. The mom comes downstairs. She's like, good morning, Simon. And he goes, I don't know how you sleep with that man. And she goes, yep, big man, likes cuddling asleep.
Aw.
And then he goes, man, I wish he was more cuddly when he was awake. The mom laughs, and she goes, you know, when my father met Percy, he couldn't stand him. Couldn't stand him. And then Ashton smiles, and he goes, but eventually they got along, right? And she goes, nope. And she just walks off. Like, yo, that was fucked up, Mom.
That's really funny.
But it's so fun. It is funny. But damn, it's like, why you gonna do me like that? I'm just trying to get like an olive branch.
Hey, at least she likes him. It could be both of them.
That is true.
I mean, the parents, neither the parents like him.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. But the dad is, also this dad is like over the top. Bro.
Yeah, this is insane.
Because even Robert De Niro was tripping to meet the parents, bro. When you watch it, it's like, this nigga is bullshit. Why he being such an asshole? So you see Bernie Mac come in the room. He's all chipper. Good morning. And he's like, everybody's like, did you sleep well, Dad? And he's like, well, knowing your daughter wasn't violated, relax as a man. And they're like, ugh. And the wife goes, how's your back, honey? You say it always hurts your back when you sleep down there. He goes, it's fine. Absolutely fine. And he walks out and he's like, oh. Right? And he gets to the work and he's got the massager thing, you know that thing? He's like, got it on his back.
One
And
of
he's
those
like,
guns.
ooh, right?
Yeah.
And the Reggie guy, his younger guy, the black guy comes in. He's like, oh, boss, you doing all right? He's like, hold this for me, brother. Hold it. And he starts massaging him. He's like, so did you meet the boyfriend? He's like, oh, sure did. He goes, tell me about the brother. Well, his name's Jamal. Graduated Howard University. And the dude massage is like, what? Howard? He goes, yep, played basketball. Could have went pro, but decided to go into medicine. And he goes, damn. He goes, yeah, was featured on the cover of Jet magazine. He goes, parents from Atlanta, you know, the good friends with Reverend King and Reverend Jackson and the Cosbys. He's just saying all this black shit, right? And the dude's like, wow. He goes, yep, I'm the luckiest man in Jersey. My daughter married the great Black Hope. And he goes, wow. You see Simon out the window, like out of the office outside the window, like waving, right?
Oh, no.
And another white guy comes in and he's like, there's a Simon out here to see you. And he's all nervous and he sees him and he's like, oh, tell him I'll be right out. The young black guy goes out and he asks the other white guy, like, who's Simon? And the other white guy's like, oh, some friend of Teresa's apparently. And he's like, better hope Jamal don't find out.
Woo!
And he walks by looking at him like watch yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Cut to Simon talking to a homie on the phone and he says like, yo, I need 50 grand, yada, yada. Like, I need to get into this stock. I need money to hold me over. And like, if I put this 50 grand on this IPO, like that money could hold me over till I find another job, yada, yada, right? And he goes, the friend's like, I can't help you. You know.
That's a lot of money.
Yo, and they go back and forth, but the friend's like, he goes, if I get it in cash, will you help me? He goes, you get it in cash by Tuesday, I'll help you. Hangs up. Percy comes up to Simon. He's like, what you doing here, boy? He's like, I wanted to take you to lunch. Maybe we can bond. He goes, didn't we bond enough this last night when you had your knee in my crotch? He goes, look, I want to take you to lunch, all right? I'll buy. Figure it's the proper thing to do since we're sleeping together. Everybody kind of Bernie Mac looks around and like, come on. So they leave. Ashton Kutcher starts going, man, I love that, you know, what you do for a living, how you work in the bank and you decide if people get loans, and that's just so cool. Like,
oh, no.
someone comes in, they're like, I need a loan, and you just give it to them. That's awesome.
No, Ashton, stop.
And then Bernie's just looking at him, right? And he goes, yeah. Because that's just, I just think it's really admiring. Someone comes in and is like, I need 50 grand. And, you know, you just give it to him. And he goes, what, you need money? He goes, oh, God, no, sir. No, not at all. Just admiring the process. And so they get in the car. Bernie Mac looks at him and he goes, how many cylinders does a NASCAR engine have? 6 or 8? And he's like, 6. And Bernie goes, or 8, you said, right? 6 or 8? And he goes, you never worked in the pit. Just admit it. He goes, fine. I didn't work in the pit. But Jeff didn't trust me to. And he goes, oh, so you drove the cars? He goes, yep, I absolutely did. And he goes, Bernie's like, good. Cut to, they're at a go-kart track, right?
Cute.
Bernie's at the line, and he's got a serious face. You see Ashton try to pull up behind him and just wreck, like clearly can't drive well. And then he finally pulls up to Bernie, And then he goes, all right, fine. I never drove NASCAR. He goes, you shouldn't have lied to me. He goes, I'm sorry. And Bernie goes, all right, here's the deal. 1 lap around. You beat me, I'll loan you the money. And Ashton goes, really? And he goes, I knew it. I knew you needed money. You broke motherfucker. Right? And he goes, no, I'm sorry. I don't need it. And then right then you hear, on your marks, get set. And the race starts. Oh, Black Betty, blam, blam, blam. Oh, Black Betty, blam, blam, Black Betty had a triumph. Blam, 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 and things going wild. Blam, 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 blam,
Oh.
blam, blam. So they race. They're crashing into each other. They finally speed out. They crash through the bushes, right? And they speed out into the street.
Oh, no.
And they spin out. Cop comes up, and they're like, in trouble. Cut to dinner that night. This is the best scene
They're just
in the
in
movie.
trouble with the cop?
No, like the cop writes him a ticket. Like, you know what I mean? Like for spinning out into the street and stopping traffic and shit. Or whatever.
Why isn't this go-kart place more properly secured?
Yeah, you can't let the cars spin out into the street. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So, cut to dinner. Best scene in the movie. This is the scene Burner was like, he said he remembered the theater specifically in this scene. How crazy it was. So they're having dinner, and Zoe Saldana's like, Poppy, and their grandpa's there, like Bernie's dad. Okay? And they're hugging. He goes, what's with this white kid? She goes, Grandpa, that's my boyfriend. You ain't say he was white. And she's like, yes, I did. He goes, well, I thought you was kidding. Right?
Funny.
And so the wife is like, Percy, why don't you go ahead and say grace? He goes, all right, everybody bow your heads. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Right? And she goes, it's a little short, Percy. He goes, the Lord knows I'm busy. And he just starts eating, right?
Oh, my God. I mean, that is all he wants.
Bro, thank you, Lord. That's the greatest prayer I've ever heard.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord. Amen. They're all eating. The grandpa's like, so they ain't got no black men in New York or nothing? What?
It's so funny.
It's a crazy thing to say. Huh? And then she goes, yep. They just ran out, Grandpa. And then the other sister's like, don't mind him. And then he goes, Ashton Kutcher's like, no, it's all good. My grandma used to say things about you too, So, and
What?
He goes, and I used to be like, Grandma? And he's laughing. Nobody else laughs. And then Bernie just goes, what kind of things? And then he's like, just things. And then now Zoe's looking at him and she goes, such as?
Yeah, I want to know too.
Because it's like, hey, why have you never told me this?
Also, it's like, she didn't say them in front of me. At least they're saying all this to your face.
I know. Big facts. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
That's the difference. And then he's like, just things. And then right then, Bernie Mac goes, yeah, what things? And then she goes, Daddy, I got this. Such as Simon. Right? And then he goes, well, you guys are going to laugh. Bro, Kelso, I tell you can't see Kelso. And it's all black. Like I said, just black and a black granddad
He's
with Bernie
so
Mac.
white.
He's so white.
He's the whitest. The white.
He's the whitest, bro. The only person whiter is Eric Foreman.
Oh, yeah, that
But
would have been
you
just as
couldn't-
funny.
That would have been, but it's too white. You need somebody
That's
who can
too white.
He can pull Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, he
You
could.
believe it.
Now, I've seen some nerdy white guys with some beautiful black women. It doesn't make any sense.
True, but Ashton with her make it like
That makes sense.
it
yeah.
looks. It's like I believe this.
Yeah.
And so, he goes, well, my grandmother said, she said, this is.
No.
He goes, this is silly. You're all gonna laugh.
No, stop. Don't say anything.
He said, that Teresa is a very pretty girl, and they all go, aw. And then so I asked my grandmother, I was like, well, what'd you like about her the most, Grandma? And she said, I like her cute, nappy little head. He said it like that.
Oh, no.
It's quiet. The grandpa goes, yo, Grandma, where she live at? And he goes, Brooklyn, why? Because I'm going to go up there and kick her ass. And he starts getting up. And they're like, Grandpa, sit down. He's like, well, what did she say that? Was she putting on a Klan hood when she said that? Yo, and so everybody's like, oh, like it gets right. And he goes, I'm sorry. Look, it's just, she's from a different time. And the grandpa goes, also, you can't say that to an old person because the grandpa said, I'm from a different time. He goes, huh? You don't see me walking around calling white folks flat ass. And then Bernie Mac goes, or honky. And then the grandpa goes, or Casper. And Bernie Mac goes, or Peckerwood. And the grandpa goes, or bird shit. And then everybody laughs, right? Other than Ashton. And they're like, bird shit? He goes, I don't know. It seems like what they look like.
I mean, bird shit is white.
I know, it is funny.
That's
Also, for a
actually a
grandpa
really
to say it,
random thing to say.
That's great. And the mom's like, Percy. And Ashton's like, look, it's okay. Look, I'm sorry about my grandma, but some people you can't change. And I'll say this. And he's like, Ashton, shut up. That's where if I was the girlfriend, I'd have been like,
Honey,
it's over. You don't have to say anything else.
just stop.
He goes, and I'll say this. Last Thanksgiving, my Uncle Dave said a black joke at the table, and I let him know that I wasn't having that, and that's not what we're going to do, and that's inappropriate. And everybody looks at him, and then Bernie goes, what's the joke? And the
Why are
grandpa's
you
like,
doing this to yourself, Ashton?
bro. The grandpa goes, yeah, say the joke. I don't remember it. Sure you do. And then Zoe's like, Dad, please. And he goes, yeah, I don't want to say. And Bernie's staring at him, and he just goes, chicken. And Ashton's like, excuse me? And he goes, you heard me, I ain't stutter. And then now he's like, well, I'm going to tell the joke then. She goes, Simon, don't. And he goes, I told you, this scene is unbelievable. Okay. She goes, no, by not telling the joke, I'm empowering it. So I'm going to tell it and show how simple-minded and unfunny it is. And everybody's looking at him, and she's like, he goes, what do you call?
No.
And the grandpa leans forward. Just that is so terrifying. Just him leaning forward of like, what?
It already starts with, what do you call?
Yep. He goes, he gets nervous. He goes, what do you call 100 black men buried up to the ground, buried in the ground up to their neck? And Bernie's like, what? And he goes, AfroTurf. And everybody goes, just like that. They go, and the mother goes, that's cute. I like that. And the grandpa was like, yeah, that's pretty good. And Bernie's like, I ain't like it. I don't think it's cute. Tell another one. And then everybody's like, and the sister's like, no. He goes, no. I think I proved my point. And he goes, oh, so you have others? You just don't want to, so you can empower this one? So you don't want to empower this one, but you'll empower the other jokes, huh? Whoa. And he's like, he starts going off on him. He goes, okay, what do you call one black man being chased by 300 white men? And they're like, what?
I know this one.
The PGA Tour. Yeah. And then they all laugh. And they're like, oh, Tiger Woods. Right? And then he's like,
these aren't like racist black jokes, though.
He goes, tell another one. Bernie keeps telling.
He's waiting for the one.
He goes, all right. And the sister, like now the girlfriend's even kind of laughing. He goes, all right. How do we know Adam and Eve weren't black? And the grandpa goes, how? And he goes, you ever try to take a rib from a black man? Everybody loses it.
Yeah.
Now everybody's, even Bernie Mac starts chuckling, right? Like, damn, that was, and they all start tripping. And then Bernie goes, keep them coming. And he goes, all right, well, why don't black people like country music? And they go, why? And they go, every time they say hold down, they think their sister got shot. Bro, everyone, even Bernie's losing it. Yeah. Everybody's losing. This is the joke. Bernie said, bro, when they said that joke in the theater, I said it lost its mind, right?
Yeah.
He goes, I said, bro, I remember it. Uh-huh. He said that joke in the theater. Everyone lost their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Because the way he delivered it, just like, sounded like your sister getting shot, right? Because now he's feeling himself.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone's laughing. And Bernie's like, another one. Can't stop now, baby. You're killing it. And he goes, all right. What are 3 things a black man can't get? And everybody's laughing. They're like, what? He goes, a black eye. They laugh. A fat lip. They laugh. And a job. Completely silent. The grandpa stands up. I'm going to kick this boy's ass. And everyone's like, no, grandpa, no. And they have to hold him back. He's like, I'm sorry. And the sister's like, grandpa, I know you can take him. He goes, I'll take him. He's like, I know. Sit down. He sits down. And Percy's like, well, if you're done with your jokes. What a piece of shit, bro.
Oh, my God.
I think you have to excuse me because I lost my appetite. And he gets up and he leaves the dinner table. Would you have been mad at me or my dad? Or your dad?
I would be mad at my dad because it's like, yo, you were laughing.
And he asked me to do the jokes.
And you asked him to keep going.
Would you be mad at me for doing the jokes?
Well, we're comics.
We're not comics.
We're not comics?
This situation, are you mad at me for doing the jokes?
and I'm not a comic. Yeah, I'd have been mad at you for doing the jokes.
Well, you told me to. I already fucked up in the beginning.
I would have been a very nice girl if I wasn't a comic.
Oh, you're still a nice girl. You're a princess.
Thank you. I'm a little tainted.
A little tainted? A little bit.
I've become a little tainted. That's what the stage does to you.
Okay, shut the fuck up. That's disgusting. So, Teresa and Simon, they're doing the dishes, right? And Teresa's like, oh, I can't believe you did that. And he goes, I should have stopped at Hoedown. I had him at Hoedown.
You had him at Hoedown. He was right.
And then he goes, but he dared me. And he called me a chicken. And she says, he did call you chicken. He goes, right. And she's like, I know, I heard him. I couldn't believe he said that. Like, she's on his side, right? He goes, honey, I'm out of ideas to impress him. And she goes, well, maybe, sweetheart, telling black jokes isn't the best idea. He goes, maybe. And then she goes, I'll talk to him. He goes, really? She says, yeah. He goes, and he'll say nice things about me? And she goes, yeah. And she kisses on him. And he goes, baby, you know I'm a good guy. She goes, I know. He goes, you know I like ribs too, right? And she laughs. She laughs really hard. Yo, Ashton's so because you need a white guy who's willing to like, yo, I'll say,
Yeah.
like, come on. You know I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
We can't talk a little shit. So Zoe Saldana goes and talks to her dad. She goes, Dad, I have to talk to you. He goes, what? She goes, why you do that to him? He started it. Dad, he's a good man with a good heart. What's your problem? Other than that, he's white. Honey, I don't care about that. He's hiding something. And she goes, what?
That's
The NASCAR? She goes, what? The NASCAR thing? She goes, let it go. He goes, no, I ain't talking about that. She goes, well, look, I love him. And you need to respect that. He goes, how about you respect me and tell me that he's white?
Ooh.
And she goes, what? She goes, you didn't tell me, huh? You didn't tell me because you knew. What you want? You want some reaction out of me? What you looking for? You want something? And she goes, yeah. And then it gets serious. She goes, yeah, I want for you to tell me that it's okay to be with him. And she starts crying.
Aww.
She's such a good actress, bro. She starts, because the scene gets serious out of nowhere. And she goes, Dad, I'm scared. He goes, baby. She goes, I know things are different and times aren't like they used to be, but you should hear the things people say to us.
Aww.
And then, I know, right? She's like crying. And he's like, she goes, the way they look at us, I just need you to tell me that it's okay to be with him. And then he goes, honey, me telling you that ain't gonna change the world. And she goes, but it'll change my world, Daddy. You know that. Great line. And he goes, honey, I'm always behind you. You're my sweetheart. I love you. It's my job to keep you safe. I don't trust him. He walks off. Yeah, it got real serious out of nowhere. The acting got really good, though.
Yeah.
So that night, the mom and Bernie are practicing the tango. And Bernie's talking shit. He's like, where do you get all them jokes from, huh? You just have them saved up or something? You got a black joke folder? And then she's trying to make him tango. He don't want to do it. He's like, why can't we do the hustler, electric slide or something?
The hustle.
And she's like, well, I don't want to do those dances. They're stupid. I want a tango. And she keeps making him tango. He's like, stop, woman. I got to take my dad home. And then he dances his way out there. Like, he can't help but just be Bernie, right? Cut to him and Simon sleeping that night. And he looks out the window, Simon. Percy's knocked out, snoring. And he looks out the window. Teresa's there. She's like, and he's like, so he goes to sneak out. There's literally a bolt lock on the door.
Yeah.
And he's like, your dad bolt locked the goddamn door. She's like, come out the window. So he takes him forever, but he finally is able to shimmy himself out the window, right?
Uh-huh.
They take off running. And she's like, all right, stop right here. And he goes, all right. So she goes, stand here and tilt your head to the left. He goes, okay. And she goes, now kiss me. He goes, why? She goes, this is the spot I had my first kiss ever. He goes, no, ugh. She goes, oh, come on. She goes, come on. He's like, why? He's like, no. She's like, why not? He goes, that's some other guy's spot. That's not my spot.
That's funny.
And then she goes, he's like, what's his name? She goes, his name was Curtis Booker. And he had bucky teeth. And she goes, and he was a good kisser too. He goes, better than me? She goes, oh, way better. She goes, did he grab your ass? And then she grabs his ass. And they start like smiling and they start running down the street in the night, just like laughing. She takes him to a beautiful spot overlooking the city. And she's like, this was everything to me, blah, blah, blah. This was great. I would always sneak out here at night. And he goes, weren't you afraid of your dad? And she goes, I'm not afraid of Percy Jones. And he goes, well, that makes you and you. And she laughs. And he goes, maybe we shouldn't tell your folks about the engagement this weekend, And he was like, because I don't think Percy Jones is ready to hear nothing about his daughter waiting no white man, And she's looking at him and she goes, do you have cold feet? He's like, no. Oh, my God, no. He's like, I can't wait to marry you. I want to make babies with you. And I want to have a daughter that looks just like you. And she starts getting all cry. And she's like, and she goes, I can do that. And he goes, yeah, I know. And he goes, and hopefully I'll be a great dad. And she's like, you will. You won't be like your father, Simon, all right? He goes, I know, maybe I'll be like yours. And she's like, no, you don't want to be like mine. He's like, hey, that guy loves you, like so much. And she's like, I know he does. She goes, but we have to get him to love you. And they smile and they kiss, so in love. You see him sneak back in the bed with Percy, and he grabs Percy's arm and like puts it over him.
Cute.
You know?
Adorable.
So the next day, you see Bernie trying on suits with the wedding guy and just being super homophobic to the guy.
Uh-huh.
And the phone rings, and Percy's like, someone answer that. You see Simon in the kitchen. He answers the phone. He's like, hello. And it's the young black dude that he works with.
Oh, the guy that thinks that.
Yes.
Okay.
And he goes, yo, what's up? Looking for Percy Jones? This is Reggie. He goes, oh, no problem. Give me 1 second. He's kind of busy. He goes, oh, no problem. He goes, who is this? He goes, oh, this is Teresa's boyfriend. He goes, my man, what up, Jamal? And he goes, Jamal? He goes, yeah. Oh, man, Percy told me all about your brother. You know, we got to go out there and hoop sometimes. And he goes, I'm not really much of a baller. Oh, you being humble. I know you almost went pro. You know? He goes, but by the way, can I get two things from you? One, can I get that copy of Jet that you were on? And two, man, can you introduce me to the Cosbys? Because, I mean, man, they really meant everything to me. And he just starts keep talking about how, like, you know, the Cosbys and yada, yada. And he's like, what the So he comes up to Bernie Mac and he goes, Reggie on the phone? And Bernie's eyes get big, like, oh, shit. Right? And he walks off. And he's like, hello, Reggie? And he goes, hey, what's up, Percy? And so I did that digging you wanted me to do. Yeah, man, there's nobody named Simon that works at J.P. Oliver.
Oh, no.
And he goes, what? He goes, yeah, apparently he was just fired, man, or something like that, but he don't work there no more. And he's like, I knew it. And he hangs up. And he walks outside. He goes, honey? He goes, follow me. I knew it. He goes, and then Kelso's like, so Jamal? Right? He looks at Bernie Mac and is like, so Jamal, huh? He's like, oh, don't start with me. He goes, Teresa, this is about you and that job you don't have anymore. And he's like, no, wait. He goes, don't say that. And then he's like, Teresa, this boy ain't got no job no more. He's unemployed. He's fired. And he goes, I did not. I quit. I promise. And he goes, your dad's a liar. He goes, I'm a liar. He goes, yeah. What about what you told Reggie? What about, I'm Jamal and I went to Howard. And the daughter's like, what? And then he goes, yeah, but you lied about NASCAR. And they're just going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, you asked me for money. And she goes, Simon, you didn't. He goes, I'm sorry. I didn't ask him. He asked for 50 grand. You wanted a 50 grand loan, didn't you? You did. You're broke. And he's like, no, baby, it's not that. It's just, right? He goes, he's not worthy to be with you, honey. And she's like, Daddy, stop. Right? And like, they're yelling at each other.
Oof.
And then she's like, Simon, you said you were going to tell me everything. And then he goes, well, I mean, you didn't tell them I was white. And they started arguing, right? And he goes, look, I'm just sick of this. He goes, everything I say, it doesn't matter what I say to you people. You all think I'm racist. And then they all go, of course, you people. He goes, see, I say one thing and I'm racist. And then Zoe goes, no, you're not racist. You're a liar. And then Bernie Mac goes, I think you're racist. And he goes, how am I racist? I have a black girlfriend. He goes, not anymore.
Yo. This is so good.
And then the mom finds out that he did this background search on him and yada, yada. And she goes, Percy, I'm so mad at you. You're not the man I married. I'm not playing with you right now. I don't like this. The vows are off tomorrow. And he goes, what? No. He goes, you're making me not want to do my vows with you tomorrow. And then Kelso goes, oh, you mean the vows he got from a book? And she goes, what? A book? And he goes, no, honey, I was just using it for inspiration. She goes, I used to be your inspiration. A book, engagement's off. I'm out of here. And she walks off. And she's like, come on, Teresa. And her and Teresa leave, right? And he goes, Marilyn, I ordered 60 pounds of shrimp. 60 pounds, Marilyn. 60. Marilyn, I'm using my deep voice. Marilyn, I'm using my deep voice. You know what that means? And they pull out and leave. Oh, he's just yelling to nobody. Simon's calling Teresa. She throws her cell phone in the backseat. She's all mad. All right. Cut to Simon. He's like, honey, he's leaving voicemails. We're adults. We should communicate. Please call me back. Another voicemail. Baby, I'm looking at all the photos on your wall, and you're so beautiful. Right? Boop. You're being rude. Kinda. Not calling me back. Like, I'm at your house. Boop. Baby, please. You're not being rude. Just call me back. Baby, please. Boop. He goes, you have reason to be upset. I understand. If I was you, I wouldn't call me back either. Right? Boop. Hey, I'm in your room looking at your bulletin board, and there's a picture of you with a guy, and he has buck teeth. And if this is Curtis Boomer, guess what I'm doing? You hear that? He starts tearing it up, and he doesn't look 13 to me. Bernie's downstairs just staring at the phone. He finally picks it up. He calls. Another black woman answers, right?
Huh.
He's like, hey, Darlene, it's Percy Jones. Is Marilyn there? I'm looking for Marilyn. And she goes, who is this? And he goes, Percy Jones. Oh, Percy. Oh, Percy. You say you're looking for Marilyn? Yes, ma'am. Have you seen her? Well, what'd you do to my sister, Percy Jones? Nothing. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, if you didn't do nothing, well, she ain't here, and I'll see you tomorrow at the party, right? Yes, ma'am. Okay, bye, Percy. And she hangs up, right? She goes outside, black women everywhere. And she's like, girl, guess who was just on the phone? And everybody's like, who? Percy Jones. And everybody laughs, and Marilyn's like, and they're all like drunk, right? They're all drunk. And Teresa's the only one who's like, oh, Mom, come on, please, let's go home and work it out. Please, I want to talk to Simon. And they're all like, no, honey, no. You know, they ain't going. And then she's like, but I have 15 missed calls, 15. And they're all like, let him wait. And she's like, I'm going to call him. And she goes to get up, and they grab her, and they're like, don't you dare. And one of the girls goes, did he lie, honey? And she goes, yeah. But, and another girl goes, did he lie? And she goes, yes. And they go, well, make him feel the pain. And they're like, let him feel the pain. You got to train his ass, honey. And then until he knows what he's got is too good for him. And then one of the black girls goes, and if you don't want his pasty ass after that, then send him to me. And they all go, ah! They all yell, right? Right then you see, they're all yelling, like they're super loud. They're drunk. Another man comes down the stairs like in pajamas, like like underwear, like a t-shirt on. He's like, hey, I got to go to work in the morning. And they're all like,
How many women are there?
like 10.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're having a girls' night.
Uh-huh.
Right? And they're like this, right? And then they all go, sorry, Marcus. And he looks at him, and he grabs one of the drinks, and he's like, you know, this is my house. And they're like, she's like, sorry, baby. The sister, she's like, sorry, I love you. Go to bed. And he goes back upstairs, and then they all just bust out loud, like even louder. You know what I mean? Like, I love that they were like, we're gonna let you get your look, because he does have work in the morning. I do get it.
I know, that sucks.
But I like how
women in your living room yelling and screaming.
But they're already drunk too, so it's like,
oh damn, man.
How do you stop this train?
He needs a sound machine.
Yeah, he'd have to get the sound machine for that, because it's 10 of them too.
And it's nothing.
And they're drinking, like, bro, they're
drinking, and they're like, girl.
And it's dude problems.
Oh yeah, because that's why they have to say girl. Whenever it's dude problems, you say girl.
That's very true. You don't say girl for girl problems.
Nah.
You say this bitch.
This bitch.
But when it's a dude and it's like a minor problem, it's like, girl.
It's always girl.
This man. So.
It's that's a girl goes beyond race. All women say girl. It's like it could have been a group of white women and be like, girl, you gotta let him.
Girl, you gotta let him feel the pain.
Yeah.
So cut back to the house. Percy's watching football, right? And Simon's like, oh, she won't answer my calls. And he's like, no shit, boy. He's like, oh, I need something to drink. And then he goes, like, what you want, vodka? He's like, Ashton's like, yeah, you know what? I'm a grown man. I do. I'm sorry, Percy, but I do want vodka. Which is like, he's like standing up to him. He's like, well, you ain't gonna find no liquor in this house. This is a Christian home. And he goes in the kitchen, and like 2 seconds later, he goes, found it. And he goes, I'm in a house full of sinners. He goes, ooh, Marilyn, your wife's got good taste. It's like a nice vodka.
Yeah.
And then he's like, give me that. He grabs it. He's like, well, can I have a little bit? And he looks at him. He's like, grab those 2 glasses. He's like, yes. They grab glasses. And he's like, they pour up, and they start drinking. And he goes, you ever play football? He goes, no, never want to get hurt. He goes, pitiful. They keep drinking. He's like, all right, let's do it. And Ashton's like, do what? And Bernie's like, cut to, they're on their knees, and they got a little football, and he's like, hike, and they go at each other, and they tackling each other. Fumble!
How do you play football with 2 people?
Knee football.
Knee football?
So, Sam, when we have kids, I hope you're ready to see me play knee football.
In my home?
All the time. So, knee football is, you get like a little Nerf football, right? And let's say the end of the carpet to this end of the carpet. You're on your knees.
Yeah.
And you play football just from that. And it's knee football.
I don't understand.
So the same rules of football apply, other than instead of running, you're on your knees. That's how you run, is on your knees.
How do you determine the yards and the
downs?
The downs, yeah.
Because it's football. You got 4 downs to score.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta
I'm
get
gonna have
to
to
the end
see
of the end
this
zone.
in real life. Is this a thing?
I'm
Bean
sure.
Mafia. Are other people playing knee football?
If they have kids, for sure. If you have young kids, you play knee
okay.
football in the house with your kids.
Okay.
It's a way you can play with the kids and play football. It's fun.
This
Dude, we
is-
played knee football in my house growing up.
Your
24/7.
family is like a crazy football family. We never played knee. We wrestled each other.
We did that too.
Okay.
Dude, there are so many games that you're gonna see me play with our kids. in
We're
the
gonna
house
be the
that you're
ones
gonna be like,
hurting our
"Whoa."
kids, I think.
No, bro, this shit made me athletic as fuck. That and then my dad would play this game where I had to catch a ball, like just like a little red ball or a little ball 10 times in a row or a tennis ball. And so he'd be sitting and I'd be standing, let's say where the camera is, right?
Yeah.
And then he'd throw the ball somewhere crazy. And I had
Like
to catch 10 in a row.
Straight or like kind of with an arch?
Sam, sometimes they'd be way behind my head. Sometimes they'd be like a little ball that's like right, like a
What are
little
you, a
puff ball
dog?
right here. Yeah, sometimes they'd be like really fast in my chest. Sometimes they'd be like a high floater to the right. And sometimes he'd fake a floater to the right and throw it this way.
Yo, I've been in your parents' house. There's so many breakable things. I can't believe your mom would let that happen.
Dude, that's why I was so good at fucking sports.
Who
I was
gets
doing
in
that
trouble
all
if
day,
something
every day.
breaks?
Nothing ever broke.
Nothing ever broke.
No.
None of those angels.
Bro,
None of
athlete.
the
Sam, you started.
millions of photographs
Sam,
of
he
people.
started from the moment I could. I played that game probably till I was in middle school, where it was, and even then, it probably is like all the way, just because it makes your reflexes like crazy.
Oh wow. Okay.
You're gonna see so many things like that when you're kids.
We're not gonna have anything breakable in our house. I
Why do
don't
you think
trust
somebody's gonna
you.
get broken? Nothing ever got broken.
Things get broken now when you're not playing that game.
What gets broken? Nobody breaks anything in this house.
Well, you pee on the toilet. So
That's not breaking stuff.
It's close
That's
enough.
not breaking stuff. It's just because the toilet moves.
Yeah, it's slippery. That's
No,
what
the earth is always spinning. So the toilet is moving constantly. So it's hard to aim at a moving target. You're
my
you're
God.
sitting on the
You
target.
make me pee.
I'm hitting a moving target. No, I'm fucking Hawkeye. So
You're Hawkeye.
cut to Simon. And they're drinking now, and he's teaching Bernie Mac how to tango.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, step and back and good. And Bernie's like making faces and doing shit. And he's like, stop! You're screwing around. Stop. There has to be space between us. You have to hold frame. This is a structured dance. He's like, damn, your mama really taught you this. He was like, yeah, helped her out on weekends at the dance shop, at the dance class.
Aw, that's adorable.
And he goes, oh, you get fired for that too? He's like, I quit, right? And he goes, well, why'd you quit? He's like, we just had a difference of opinion, me and the boss. They weren't ready for a guy like me. And he goes, oh, okay. And the Bernie's like, I don't get you and Teresa. Y'all got nothing in common. You don't like sports. She loves sports. You a businessman. She's an artist. You white. She's black. And he goes, Ashton goes, well, that's just it. She's literally everything I'm not. She's my other half. I'm not even whole without her.
Oh.
The thing about another half is you think you're whole. And they're dancing while he's saying this. But really, you ain't shit without her. And then you can go back to being a half. You can't go back to being a half because now you know what it's like to be whole.
That's how I feel about you.
My baby. So the wedding guy, the next morning, they wake up, they're hungover, right? And he walks up to him and he's like, hey, you boys need to get up. It's the day. You got to go apologize so we can make this happen, right? Simon's like, all right, let's go get him. And Percy's like, you don't understand. All the friends are there. They've worked themselves into a man-hating frenzy all night. You understand? 15 strong. Can't walk into a room full of that many angry black women. And Ash is like, well, we have to. We got to go out like men. And then the fucking wedding guy is like, he's right, Percy. And Percy's like, I know he is. I'm scared. Cut to all the women. They're making breakfast. They're all up early, hanging out, talking. The boys coming through the back. Percy's all scared. He's like, I can't do this. He goes to leave, and Simon grabs him. He's like, come on, be strong. So they walk in, and then all the women go, well, 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 if it isn't Percy Jones. And then Marilyn looks over at him. He goes, Marilyn, may I speak with you in private, please? And all the sisters go, no. You got something to say. You got to say it right here. She's like, that's right, Percy. You got something to say to me? Say it right here. And they're all like, be a man, Percy. And he's like, look, I married you, didn't I? Don't that count for something? And all the girls go, hell no, it don't. That ain't nothing. Right? He's like, well, look, I was wrong. And they were like, keep going. He goes, I was wrong for a long time, Marilyn. Ever since I forgot that you my better half. You ever think I'm not? And Simon is like, what the fuck? Like looking at him, right? And he goes, without you, I'm not even whole, baby. I mean, before you, I thought I was. Then you came in. And I realized I'm not all that. I'm not even half of that. Then you left last night and I remembered. I ain't shit without you, Marilyn. And if I forget, and all the women are cheering, right? And he goes, and I'm sorry I forgot. And all the women are cheering. And he goes, I'm sorry, baby. And he drops down to his knees. Baby, I want you to marry me again. Can you make me whole again?
Damn.
And she's like, I love you, Percy. And they kiss. Everyone's clapping and shit. Simon is like looking at him like, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, I'm sorry. So he sits next to his queen, right? And he wraps her up. It gets quiet. And now everyone just looks up at Simon, who is now just standing alone. And then Simon's like, all right, I guess it's my turn. And they're all like looking at him like, mm-hmm. And he goes, well, that's going to be a tough act to follow. That was a great speech, Percy. And Percy's like, yep, thank you. He's like, wow, I really had something similar I thought I was going to say. He goes, yeah, great minds think alike. Yo, Bernie's such a piece of shit. Great minds think alike. And he's like, go ahead, man, do your thing. And he's like, he looks at Zoe, he's like, he drops on his knees, baby, I was wrong. Right? And then he goes, but I want you to turn around and let me see your sexy body go bump, bump, bump. And everybody's like, what the hell's wrong with this white boy? They start screaming at him. And then she's like, they're like, the mom's like, Teresa, take your man out the back and talk to him alone and work out y'all's business. They walk off, right? And then the song, baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bump, bump, bump. Baby, that's all. You know who sings that song?
No, but I remember that song.
B2K.
Really?
Remember them?
Yeah.
They had a run.
They did. I really need to pee. Shouldn't we go to another ad?
Perfect timing. Pee break. See you in a second. Hey. This is an ad. That's what this break in the movie is for. Because it's an ad. Hi, guys. My name's Deric Poston.
And I'm Sam Lopez.
And you like t-shirts.
I hope you do, because
we got on the best t-shirts you'll ever find. Hidden Village Customs. I'll do the Sam, why don't you go show them and I'll do the ad.
Okay, you do that.
Hidden Village Customs, guys. The best shirts since shirts were made. Our boy Gabe makes these amazing shirts. They're literally awesome. He crosses anime with real life, and it's fucking amazing. Like this shirt is Hey Arnold mixed with me and Sam doing the podcast literally on this couch while also wearing shirts of Hidden Village Customs. That's how meta this fucking shirt
And also
is.
in the shirt that I'm wearing on mine, the shirt we're wearing in that is also another Hidden Village Custom shirt. See how
I know.
I'm wearing a shirt and then inside that's another. It's gonna be.
I want it to keep going. So we want at some point it to just keep they just keep going and going and going and going, and it's just a million pictures inside a million pictures.
So buy their shirts because then they'll keep sending us shirts.
Yep, buy their shirts, guys. Hidden Village Customs, www.hiddenvillagecustoms.com. They make amazing shit. I seriously, the Sam already washed them. They don't shrink. The print doesn't fade. That's my favorite part of it.
They're very
of
soft.
Any shirt. Extremely soft. Great quality. Sam was wearing her Tom Brady one yesterday anyway for a show.
Yeah, I was wearing it around the house
Around the
without
house,
a bra.
right.
That's the other
Without
great
a
thing.
bra.
These the square icon, like if you're like, I don't want people to see my nipples.
Yeah.
It prevents that.
Yep. So you can walk around without a bra, ladies.
Ladies.
That's another plus. Hidden Village Customs, guys. They're from the Bay Area. So if you're a Bay Area beaner, if you're in the Bay Area Bean Mafia crew, go show our boys some love, especially. Hidden Village Customs on all social media platforms. The best shirts in the business. The best graphic design in the business. Go hit them up. Get your shirts now. From Gabe at Hidden Village Customs. Not a pedophile, just a good man selling shirts. Now he tells me to say that, which makes me wonder things. But again, he probably just wants everybody to know that he's not. But, who knows? Gabe, Hidden Village Customs. Go show him some love. Sam.
Yes.
I was smoking some weed earlier.
Yeah, you were.
And I only smoke one weed.
It's the best weed.
And that's Happy Canary.
Happy Canary.
Happy Canary, guys. Best weed since weed.
Since weed.
Guys, they're a wholesale company run by our boy Gabe. Now, you can't buy from them. That's not their thing. What they do is they sell to other dispensaries. So I'm just really just supporting them. You know? So
Follow
when they
them
are-
on
Follow them on
Instagram.
Instagram, though. Happy Canary. HappyCanary. Canary. And you tell them the Bean sent you. Happy Canary on Instagram, guys. Happy Canary. Go show them some love. It's the best weed. That's why I smoke it. It's the only weed I smoke. Shout out to my boy Hayden. Shout out to Maine. Shout out to all the Maine Bean Mafia. Shout out to everybody in Maine who fucks with us. Shout out to her Uncle Leo who let us stay at his cabin. Maine is awesome. Weed is awesome. Happy Canary, guys. Sam? Football is upon us.
Yo, it's football season. It's about to happen.
about to
Is
happen.
it preseason yet?
Almost. There's no preseason this year, I don't think.
Oh, really? I've started seeing the football players for the college around town.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah,
It gets
bro.
me excited.
Seeing the Longhorns, seeing some Texas Longhorn college players.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to a lot of games this year, so we're really pumped. But I love football because of one man who is a war eagle.
War Eagle!
War eagle! And that's Darren Bates. Guys, Darren Bates, he's black, he's a father, he plays in the NFL.
What more could you ask for?
What more can you ask for out of a person? And all he wants from you, he doesn't want you to buy anything. He doesn't want your money. He doesn't want your soul. All he wants is you to go to his Instagram, Darren Bates, DarenBates, at Westlandson _56. Beautiful picture of his mother. That's his profile. Blue check mark. That's him. Darren Bates. And all he wants you to do is hit the follow button.
Send him a message. Say, hey, the Bean sent me.
Simple. Simple. All right? Ask for us pictures of Hassan's feet.
He's got those.
He's got those. Make sure you ask for him. Guys, Darren Bates, go show him some love. Follow him, and you say the Bean sent you there. And you let me know you did it. You make sure you do it. That's your one job. If you haven't done it yet, you better fucking do it.
Better
It's the
listen
only
to
thing
his
I'm asking you.
podcast.
Listen to his podcast, The Raw Room, guys. Available on all platforms. However you're listening to this podcast, you go listen to The Raw Room. He's had unbelievable guests. He's had Malcolm Butler on. He's had Jason Weaver, the guy who did all the original songs in The Lion King. You know what I mean? He just had Will Compton on. He just did Bussin' with the Boys. You know what I mean? Guys,
He's a cool dude.
biggest podcast on Barstool. And my boy Darren Bates just did it. He's in the NFL. He's the fucking man. I'm so proud of him. His second career is going even better for him. The podcast is growing. He's getting better with it. The clips are coming out. Go follow The Raw Room. Go follow Darren Bates. Go show our boy some love. Back to the movie. And we're back.
I feel so much better.
Sam, the commercials have been done, and you have the urine out of your body.
It's all we could have asked for, right?
You remember the last thing I said?
Bump, bump, bump.
That is exactly the last thing I said. So they go outside, Ashton and Zoe Saldana. And he's like, baby, look, I'm sorry. And she's like, I never lied to you before, and I'll never lie to you again. She goes, stop it. You lied about asking for money. What do you think? I look like an idiot to you? And he's like, no, I think you look like Percy Jones. And then he laughs.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then she's like, stop trying to be funny. And she walks off. He's like, baby. And he grabs her. And she's like, don't touch me right now. And she's like, dead serious. And he's like, whoa, you need to calm down. And then she's like, no, you made me look like an asshole in front of my family. And he goes, I think you did that to yourself. And she goes, what? He goes, you're the one that didn't tell him about me. You made this whole weekend happen. Facts. Facts.
She did set him up to fail.
You said you did, so don't come at me like that. I feel him.
it's like-
his attitude is that too. He's like very like, don't come at me like that.
Yeah, she should have. Because then Bernie would have had time to process the whole situation.
I should have told you about the job.
Yes, he
I
definitely
told
should
you.
have.
Facts, but don't act like this weekend is just like me fucking up.
Also, I would have told you myself. It's just all of this. This wasn't the right time.
It built up, and also it's like I know you can understand that how this built up.
Yeah.
Like this is crazy. Me and your dad's relationship through this weekend has been nuts. Mm-hmm. So, he goes, look, I panicked, all right? I found out Nathan is blackballing me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a job, but everything I do in this life is for you. Everything I do is for you. And then she goes, what am I, your mother? I don't want you doing things for me. I want you doing things with me. Facts. I agreed with her on that. She goes, talk to me. She goes, I want you doing things with me. You understand that? And he goes, I don't like how he's like, I need you to talk with me. And she goes, I am. He goes, no, you're talking at me. And I don't like that shit. And she goes, well, how can I ever trust you? You know, if this is how we're gonna be, yada yada. He goes, wow, this like how can I ever trust you? Is this how my family's gonna see you? He goes, what? Like the white boy? Is that how you're always gonna see me? It's just this white boy? Well, you gonna see me as a black girl? And then he's like, wow, I cannot believe this. And she goes, what? Look, if you're gonna quit on me, just do it now. He goes, what do you mean I'm gonna quit? I'm standing here. Like now they're like yelling at each other. Like, and it's like you can tell it's like everybody's like, oh shit, this is not going good.
No.
Right?
Is like the family watching this happen from inside?
You can see that you don't see their faces, you just see like, oh, this isn't going good.
Yeah.
And he goes, what do you want from me? What do you want from this white boy? I'm here, I bust my ass from you. And she goes, I don't want anything. I want nothing from you. The engagement's off. And he goes, wow, great. And he just turns and walks around, just walks off. And she walks back inside, she's crying. And then as he's walking down the street, he goes, I'm in New Jersey! And he just keeps walking. Cut to that night. She's doing her dad's tie, right? And, she's doing her dad's tie. And she's like, got tears kind of in her eyes. He's like, you all right? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. Just, thinking about all the pictures I'm going to take you today. And she has her camera. And she's like, and no crying from you. Mom said you cried last time y'all did this. Aww. And he goes, he said, what do you want from me? I was nervous. Knew I was making a big mistake. And then she laughs. She goes, really, Dad? A 25-year mistake? And he looks in the mirror, and I love it. He goes, and going on 25 more.
Aww.
That shit got me, fool. I'm like, nigga, that's live, bro. That's how you want to feel. Mm-hmm. Like where you can say jokes like that, a big mistake, but it's like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like me and this woman have been through it. I feel that way about you, Jay. And we're 5-6 years in. Mm-hmm. We've been through some shit. We've been through some shit, bro. But that's why I get what he says when it's like, bro, this shit's war. It's exhausting. Because it's not like, when you say those things, people think it's bad. And it's like, no, it's
not like we're in war against each other. It's like
yes.
We're like serving together.
Yes. It's a war. Life is tiring. War. It's a lot. It's every day. Mm-hmm. It's commitment. It's like, it's like being a parent. It's like, it's 24/7. There is no clock out. Yeah. And then I'm sure some people are like, oh, but I want my alone time. It's like, bro, even your alone time, this motherfucker, if that other person calls you, it's no longer like, if they need something, if you're having alone time, but it's like, oh shit, babe, I need like something happened and then we need to do this now. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's never alone time. It's like having a kid. It's like it's always on. And so I think that's what people mean when they say that shit. It's like long and exhausting and yada yada. Because I think some people look at that and like, when they say like, when you ask people about married, they always say negative things and yada yada. And it's like, I mean, of course, some people are unhappy. Yada. I'm talking about like people who are happily married. I think they say those things because it's like, I don't know, just the longer you're with somebody, you understand. Like, bro, this shit ain't a game.
Also, just I think life, the longer it's more to do with life is kind of not a game. Life is so serious, and then you have this person with you whose life you're partially responsible for as well. And responsible for you. Yeah. Like so both that things adds are happening. To it. Whereas when you're single, you don't have to look at it that way. It can all just be, you're just independent. Yeah. You're not worried about someone else's day. It's like Jerry said, you're the dictator. Yeah, that's Jerry a good way of putting it. He said, you're the dictator. You're a dictator in your house. The moment you're in a relationship, it's a democracy. Mm-hmm. There's plans, there's meetings. Everything has to be discussed. Which he's right. It's like there are no single decisions anymore. And then when you get divorced, it's like being impeached. And you're like, I didn't even get to be the leader. Because no matter who the leader of the relationship was, it's like you never are the fool. I mean, unless you're in a bad relationship. Or some people like it that way. Some people like just being bossed around. Some people do like that, men and women. Yeah. So there are women who I just like to let him say everything and I do what he says and yada yada. And there are men who are like, yo, I let her do everything. She says it, I just do it, yada yada. And there are people who live like that. That seems awful to me. I mean, I think it's personalities. Yeah. Because a lot of times I want to lead, but sometimes I like you to lead. Mm-hmm. So he's looking at his daughter. She's all sad. He's like, honey, go call that man. Mm-hmm. He's at the train station. Get his ass back here. He ain't going to miss this party. And he goes, how many missed calls you have left? How many missed calls you got? And she's like, 33. He goes, honey, 33? And this boy's unemployed, and you can't call him once. And then he goes, don't be so proud, all right? She goes, it's not that, Dad. And he's like, no. She goes, I was going to marry him.
we were going to announce it this weekend after you guys thing. And you see, I have you to thank because you saved me from a big heartache, I guess. He goes, sweetheart, there's one thing I don't understand. Why did he quit his job? She goes, I don't know. Just maybe he got tired of waiting for promotion. He goes, it doesn't make sense. She goes, yeah, that boss of his was never a nice man. And he's like, did you meet him? She goes, yeah, a couple times. He was friendly. He just had that look in his eyes, but he was Simon's mentor. Whatever. Let it go. Today is about you and mom.
Interesting.
Right? And she goes, and I want to take the first picture of the night. And he's like, he smiles big. And she takes one and she's like, I love you, Dad. That shit made me cry also because I was like, damn, I bet Bernie Mac. Like, also I watched the documentary and like how his daughter talked about how great of a dad he was. And all the stories you hear about him, like everyone's stories about him were just like the greatest. Mm-hmm. So it did make me go like, damn, bro, he just seemed like the coolest nigga to be around. Yeah. Like he just seems like the coolest dude. And I've also never been around a comic, and I want to, who was friends with him.
Yeah, I'd really like that as well.
I'd want to hear stories about him.
Who was he close to? Do we know? Oh, yeah.
The picture of Steve Harvey. I pointed
There's Steve. I wish they could
see
it.
Well, clearly him.
Yeah.
Said DL.
Yeah.
Clearly those. And then,
gosh, they all went on that big tour.
Yeah, and then how many young comics from Chicago who are part of that era? Deion Cole,
Oh, that's true.
There's people. Jamie Foxx was around that time in Chicago a lot. Martin Lawrence, like lots of people who I'm sure have so many stories. And then all these people on the movie. Like my favorite was in the documentary about him was the Ocean's 11 cast. People talking about how everyone stayed near his trailer because he had the best stories.
Oh, I bet. Oh, you just be the most fun person to be around.
And they said whenever he wasn't telling stories to everybody, it was him and Carl Reiner just having their own, like, they were clearly best friends. Like he said, Bernie spent all his time with Carl Reiner, just asking him stuff.
Crazy.
Because I'm sure Bernie looked up to Carl. It's Carl Reiner. I'm sure Bernie's like, man, Carl Reiner. While everybody else is all saying is like, yo, Bernie Mac.
I'm sure.
And yo, this is Brad Pitt and George Clooney and stuff.
He has that uncle vibe that Joey Diaz has.
The stories go forever.
Yeah.
He has uncle vibes for sure.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure, and then Carl Reiner also has those vibes. But even he's an older man, so like if you're burnt, you're like, oh wow, like I want to hear his stories, because everybody wants to hear my stories. And if you're a guy like that, you want to hear somebody else who's like, bro, this guy's stories are crazier than mine, because they're just from a different time. But yeah, Bernie
lived longer.
But there's definitely young comics. I mean, they're older comics now, but who were younger and saw his rise through Chicago. You know what I'm saying? There had to be somebody who's like, damn, I saw that happen. Like how we've seen Taylor.
Yeah.
Or Jack Knight, these are people our age, but they've already ascended so far. But that's just it's cool.
It is.
I'm trying to think of somebody that we've seen. Schultz. When we first met Schultz, he was not Andrew Schultz.
No, he was just in LA doing spots.
And everyone was like, there's a New York guy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, it was like how Brian Simpson's a guy. And
now he's like the guy.
He's the biggest comic in the world now.
So cool.
So it
is cool to see that happen for someone.
So I'm sure there's someone who saw that for Bernie and they're a comic now. And they have those memories of like, man, I remember being around Chicago and like, he was God. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine. So Bernie thinks for a minute and then he goes, damn. He grabs his keys. He runs outside. The wedding guy's like, no, Percy Jones, you are not leaving. He goes, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Does Marilyn know you're leaving? He goes, yep. And he drives off and the guy goes, she does not. Right. And so he gets to the train station. Right as he runs up, the train takes off.
Oh, no.
Damn. And he looks over and Simon's just sitting there holding his bag on the bench. You missed the train, huh? And Simon's like, there's another one at 6. He's like, huh? And he's like, what you doing? He goes, what are you doing here, Mr. Jones? I know why you quit your job. He's like, what? You told your boss you were coming here to meet me. And he said, don't you marry that black girl, didn't he? And he's like, those weren't the exact words. He goes, yeah, I know.
Wow.
They did a very well job of not hinting at it enough.
Yeah, because when he says it, he does suggest that it's something personal and not.
That's the world you live in, not the world. It's the first line. Remember when he says he quits? That's the world you live in, not the world I live in.
You're right.
That's the only thing you hear when he quits. Mm-hmm. And then all the little things about like, oh, you know, they just weren't ready for a guy like me.
Ah, dude.
But this is the kind of racism that I'm talking about. This is real. It's not somebody saying all that. It's your boss going, man, you better not marry that girl. Don't marry her. And you got to be like.
Also, it's like someone you respected. And you're like, damn, I have to look at you now a whole different way.
I can't, and also this is
I can't unsee this.
And I feel a certain way because like, yo, I'm gonna marry this woman. So you didn't just say something about somebody that like this person means more to me than you mean to me. So that's where the line is. And then he's like, damn. And then
gosh, I can't believe they're like blackballing him like that. Like he can't get another job because of that. He quit over that.
Sam, remember that big fight we got to the other night? And I was like. Yeah, because people hate, like, they'll do stuff to other people. That's just real. Like, this is literally the situation.
That's so fucked up.
And how many times have little things like this happen to people? I remember my dad telling me all the things he would hear in the stands when I was starting to quarterback at Christian Brothers. Like, bro, the racism shit's so crazy to me, fool. Like, not racism. That is not crazy at all. Totally get that. I hate other people, too.
How people perceive their racism.
And the way they think it's like, they don't believe in it, or it's crazy, or they say stupid things like, well, it ain't what it used to be. And it's like, okay, so what is that? So it's good?
Yeah.
So because I'm not hanging from a tree, I deserve to not, like my girlfriend deserves to not get work.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because that happens to you sometimes.
I mean, we don't know if that's the reason.
The Comedy Store said.
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. I'll get personal with it. Don't come in, facts are facts.
But it is crazy that this had happened. It's cool that he puts it together.
Yeah, because
it's a nice way for him to see who he really is.
It makes it not lame. It makes it not like a message movie.
Yeah, because if Ashton had told them, it would have been a thing. It would have been really lame.
It'd been like, oh, we get it. He's whereas this is like.
It's more like Bernie Mac's like, yep, could have guessed
welcome to the real world.
Yeah, welcome to how it is.
So you want to hear what he said? So he goes, look, what you did with your boss is honorable, impressive, and stupid, boy. You can't quit your job every time somebody rolls their eyes at you for some stuff like that. You never make any money in this world. You understand me? Because it's like, I like it because it's a real conversation. It's Bernie Mac going, because it's not Bernie Mac going, you did the right thing, you're a hero, yada. It's like, no, this is life. You're going to have other bosses who think like this.
Yeah.
You can't quit every job, because that's a great advice. It's like, that's not how you should have handled. You should have got another job. You quit emotionally. He knew it was because, like, you see what I'm saying? You should have
set it up.
You should have been tactical.
Yeah.
Because this is never going to stop. Your kids are going to get treated like, if you're going to have kids with my daughter, this is what it is. So prepare for life. This is chess. So he's like, so Ashton's like, okay. He goes, Mr. Jones, how did you do 25 years? He's like, painfully. And he laughs. He's like, look, sometimes it's going to hurt like hell. But you know what you got to do? Admit you're wrong. And she's always right. He's like, always? That's right. He's like, but what about my dignity? He goes, you love her? He goes, yeah. And she's always right. Always. He's like, okay. He goes, look, I know I didn't give you a fair shake and I was wrong. My daughter will be lucky to have you. Thanks, Mr. Jones. You know I'm no quitter. I know that about you. But Teresa doesn't. He was like, well, Teresa doesn't, but, she's hot-headed like her mama. He laughs. That's also crazy. I'm definitely going to say that. If our kids have like a crazy, spicy attitude, I'm going to be like, that's Sam. Our kid did not get that from me. I don't know why they talk back all the time. I don't know why they have a fucking thing to say about everything. Clearly, that's how Samantha is.
I'm just going to drink this water and not contribute to this part of the conversation.
Cut to the vows. Marilyn is saying her vows to Bernie, right? And it's all beautiful in the backyard. Everybody's there. She's like, and they're beautiful.
Do they have a hopa?
They have like a little altar. They do have an altar.
Okay.
Yep. And they go, all right, Mr. Bernie Mac, your vows. And he goes, all right. Marilyn, everyone knows I didn't write my vows. And everybody's like, oh. He goes, and everyone knows because you beat me about it for weeks. Now look here, woman. I love you. You didn't have to do me like that. I don't like writing. I do numbers. I don't do words. I do money. And everybody laughs. He goes, and after 25 years, all I ask is let me be me. And the song kicks in. Dum, 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 dum. You'll never find dum, 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 as long as you shall live. Dum, dum, someone to love you like I do. And like the staff kicks in like I do.
Oh my God.
And everybody's like, whoa. And he keeps going, you'll never find. And the wife is just like, no matter where you search. And she goes, I'm not looking, honey. He goes, someone to care about you the way I do. Oh, I'm not bragging on myself, baby, but I'm the only one that loves you. Right? And then everybody's cheering. He walks over to Teresa and he goes, honey, I knew what real love, I was reminded what love is when you and Simon showed up here. Give that boy another chance. And he points, Ashton Kutcher, you'll never find.
He's singing?
He's singing. And everybody, the sister's like, Simon! And he goes, you'll never find, it will take the end of all time. Someone who understands you like I do. And then he's walking by, right? And he grabs her hand. And the black guy, the Reggie guy who works at Bernie Mac, he's like, that's not Jamal. Honey, I can find a million reasons why we shouldn't be together. You know what? I don't care. I don't care either, Simon. I love you. I'm sorry I lied. She's like, I'm sorry too. And he goes, can you say that one more time? And he puts the microphone in her face. And she's like, I'm sorry too. And everybody laughs. And he's like, wait, one more time. And they kiss. And then Percy grabs him. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you my future son-in-law. Oh. Everybody cheers. He's like, he's broke, he's unemployed, and he's white. But he loves my Teresa. Yeah. Welcome to the family, son. Everybody's hugging. They release like these beautiful sparks behind the altar. Right? And everybody's cheering. Welcome. And then the mom, welcome, honey. She hugs him. It fades out. Fade back in. We see a DVD screen. And they're like, what should we watch? Let's watch the party. No, let's watch the tango. No, the party. No, the tango. All right, let's watch the tango. Click. They click on the tango part, like a chapter. It goes into that. Guess who? Credits start rolling, right?
Yeah.
During the tango, we see Bernie and them doing their dance. And you watching that as you hear, like as if they're in the living room watching it, commentating.
Yeah.
And then Ashton Kutcher goes, watching this, you were better the night before. And they're all like, night before? What happened the night before? Oh, night before I taught him how to dance. You didn't tell, they're like, Percy, you didn't tell me that. Percy's like, because he's lying. I was born knowing how to tango. You guys know the tango is a structured dance. I told him that. And then cut to, you see the Bernie pull the mom closer, and the mom's face is like, ooh, and they pause and they go, Mom, what's that face? And she's like, honey, you're grown. You know what that face is. Now watch this. And then Percy goes, hit play. And this is where I got funky with him. And he starts doing the dance. Remember Kings of Comedy, how he walked out?
Oh,
and everybody's like, go, Bernie. Go. Yeah. He starts doing that. And everyone in the party goes, go, Percy. Go, Percy. Go. And he's doing the dance. Right?
Yeah, that's so amazing.
Oh, it's amazing. And everybody's like, all right, enough of that. Let's watch the party. And they hit the party part of the DVD screen. Express yourself. You see Ashton Kutcher and Teresa dancing. And Ashton's like leading the hustle.
No, that's so funny.
And everybody's like doing that. And he's leading it with all these black people.
Had the song playing?
Do the hustle. Right? You see the mom and Percy sneak off. And they're like, Mom, where you and Dad going? She's like, honey, we grown. We went to go shake them sheets. Right? You see Ashton and Zoe do the scene from Dirty Dancing where, he holds her up.
Wow.
They do that, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you hear Bernie Mac go, man, that was one hell of a party. Fades out. Not sure of what I see. You weren't gonna fuck with me. Are you telling me to stay the same? She's looking in my eyes. Gonna be what a guy. Are you telling me to stay the same? You don't know that JT song?
No. JT would have also been a good choice.
He would have been, but he was 2000. He was
it's
so
too
young.
Early for him.
Too early. You don't know that JT song? With Pharrell?
I mean, it sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
Me to stay the same. That joke go hard.
Okay.
I lost my voice. Telling me to
You've been
stay
singing
the
a lot.
same. Oh, that's Guess Who.
That was amazing.
You like?
That was so much fun.
It's a lot of fun.
That was really fun. That's more fun than Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
Meet the Parents is kind of upsetting.
Meet the Parents is funnier.
Really?
Meet the Parents it's like The Office funny. This is laugh out loud. This is Parks and Rec. This is.
You're right.
And I love Parks and Rec.
It's like that cringe feeling of like, oh, this is too real.
Sam, as much as I love Parks and Rec, you know that I do. I like The Office more. The Office is just, it's a different kind of funny. But Meet the Parents is a hard kind of funny. They don't
have a lead. I mean, because it's like, at least it's hard to compare it to, if you're going to compare Parks and Rec to The Office. Because The Office has a Michael Scott, and this has like a Michael Scott.
Amy Poehler's a Michael Scott. Don't you dare do
Yeah, that's
Amy
true.
Like that.
Amy is a Michael Scott. But see, we're calling her a Michael Scott now.
Sam, because Michael Scott's the greatest TV character of all time.
I know.
The only thing
I'm not
close
saying,
is Walter White.
I'm not saying that, but okay.
Maybe Cartman. What do you say?
Cartman?
Well, I'm thinking of the most iconic and greatest characters that I've ever seen on television.
The most iconic and greatest characters.
Bill Cosby
on
as the dad. Mr. Huxtable.
Yeah, Mr. Huxtable's great.
If it wasn't for the rape
Cliff.
thing, everybody would still say Cliff Huxtable was possibly the greatest TV character of all time. Every scene with him and Raven Simone is possibly the greatest thing ever done.
I mean, anytime he's with one of the kids, it's insane.
Rudy, or remember sometimes he would just be with all random kids, like Rudy's friends.
Oh yeah,
those were the best
or
episodes.
Bud. Dude, that show was so good. I'm so sad that we can't just watch it.
The worst.
They do us like that. We didn't rape women.
We didn't rape it. You gonna punish us, the non-rapists?
It's not fair.
R.I.P. Bernie Mac, literally one of the GOATs.
Dude, he kills
Such
it.
a great movie. Such a great, phenomenal actor. Ashton Kutcher's hilarious. Zoe Saldana's great. Who's your favorite character?
Oh, Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
100%.
Facts. I mean, he steals the movie. He is the movie.
He's so good. And also, you do a really good Bernie.
Thank you. And that was with a fucked up voice. I couldn't even really get into it.
Yeah.
Ashton is hilarious, though. I will say that.
I like, he's really good at being that, like, because he's not normally a straight man, but he's
a
pretty
lovable
much the
idiot.
straight man in this.
Well, he's not the straight man. Zoe's the straight man.
She's a straight man.
He's the lovable idiot.
Yeah,
he's
lovable
Kelso.
idiot. Yeah.
Because I mean, there's scenes where you're like Ashton, stop talking.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you gotta shut up, dude. The black joke scene is crazy.
That's amazing. Amazing. Also, I'd heard all those jokes when I was in high school, and I didn't realize people were just getting them from the movie.
Yeah, probably.
I remember the
Tiger Woods one?
The Tiger Woods one specifically.
Yeah. AfroTurf is very
I'd
cute.
never heard that before.
That's
that was
so
really adorable.
And then the one about a black guy not getting a job. That's crazy that pissed them. Like, that's just so funny that's the line.
Well, that was the least funny of the jokes.
It was just racist.
It was just racist. All the other jokes are very creative.
Sam, I love you.
I love you.
This was great. Bean Mafia, I hope you enjoy. See you guys next week. We're out.
Yeah.